All right, hello everybody. We're here at Ridgeview High School. I'm Austin Urine. I'm joined by Lance Compton. We've had some technical difficulties getting this broadcast started. Currently, there's 4 minutes, 54 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Warriors are up 19-10 over the Lady Wolfpack.
Just as we've been kind of watching here at the beginning and trying to get the YouTube broadcast going, it's been a really good start here by our Lady Warriors. Been up and down the floor, hit shots, and played really good defense as well. Here in the last probably 45 seconds to a minute, Ridgeview's went on about a 6-0 run to make it back to 19-10. Again, we got second quarter here, 4:54 left to play, live from Ridgeview. Sorry, it took us a while to get on. We had a little trouble getting the Wi-Fi worked out, but we got it going now, and we're here. Glad to be here tonight with you, Austin. Excited for a marquee matchup here in the Mountain 7 district, the Lady Warriors and the Lady Wolfpack.
Well, as looks like number 22 is at the line for Ridgeview. That'll be Thomas. Her first shot is up and good, makes it 19-11. Currently on the floor for the Warriors, we've got Brooke Porter, Dee Savetnik, Olivia Mullins, Jill Sturgill, and Hannah Carter. On the floor for the Lady Wolfpack, looks like we have Nicole Counts, Thomas, Brooklyn Frazier, and Sutherland, and also out there for him, Dotson. So the Warriors with it now as Olivia Mullins has it. They're going to say she was fouled.
And she was driving to the basket there on the right-hand side and got fouled up early at the top of the key. The foul situation here, the Warriors, we have 8 fouls called against us. The Wolfpack have 6. So the next one for the Wolfpack will be double bonus, and the Lady Wolfpack are already shooting in double bonus as well.
Olivia Mullins inbounds to Jill Sturgill. She's guarded closely, drives to her right. Passes back out to Olivia Mullins at the top of the key. She'll pass to Brooke Porter. Pass out to Sturgill on the right wing, drives in, kicks out to Olivia Mullins, hands off to Brooke Porter. She's with it now, top of the key. Pass back to Sturgill, back to Olivia Mullins. She'll pull a three from the left side. It's no good. Rebound by Brooklyn Porter. And now Nicole Counts coming the other way with it for the Wolfpack on the fast break. Her pass intended for number 11. That was Sutherland. Sails out of bounds. That's a turnover to be Warrior basketball.
Yeah, she came with the rebound down there, Austin, took off flying down the other direction. But the pass was errant out to the outside. Sutherland could not get her hands on it. She's going to be open for a three, but she could not get her hands on it. Lady Wolfpack now have extended to a 2-2-1 three-quarters court press. As the Warriors break it, we have Hannah Large downtown, Dee Savetnik in the low post. She spins outside, tries to kick it back up the court. The ball is turned over.
Brooklyn Frazier with it now for the Wolfpack. She passes out to Counts. She passes to number 23. That was Dotson, and looks like they're going to call a foul on Dee Savetnik, a blocking foul on the floor.
Yeah, Savetnik tried to slide over and cut the baseline off there, Austin, but she did not get all the way over. Still made the contact, but she was still in the process of sliding, so she had the block called on her. And number 22, which is
that'd be Thomas.
Thomas is going to the line to shoot the first. The 1-on-1 looks good. She gets another one. Score is now 19-12 in favor of your Lady Warriors with 3:49 left to play.
At the line now, Thomas, second free throw. Shot is up and good. Makes it 19-14. 5-point lead for the Warriors with 3:48 left to play.
Wolfpack just jumped into a 1-2-2 full court press, and we Olivia Mullins trying to throw the ball into Hannah Carter there, and got a turnover. It'll be Wolfpack basketball again, back underneath their basket.
Frazier inbounds. Corner three is no good. That was Thomas once again. Looked like Brooke Porter, or Olivia Mullins rather, got the rebound.
She was fouled there, Austin, on the rebound by, looks like Brooklyn Frazier. Kind of came down across her on the backside as she was trying to put the rebound down. So Olivia's going to come back down the other end and shoot her own 1-on-1. Score again 19-14 in favor of the Lady Warriors with 3:44 left to play.
Olivia Mullins at the line now. Her first shot is up and it's good. Makes it 20-14 now. Warriors lead here in this second quarter. Steps up to the line now for a second shot. It's up and good as well. Makes it 21-14. Wolfpack with it now as Thomas brings it down the floor. Pass ahead to Bailey Frazier. Pulls a corner three. It's no good. Ball's batted around. Ball's on the ground. They're going to call a foul. And I believe they're going to say is on Olivia Mullins.
Yeah, I believe you're right there, Austin. A loose ball foul there. Olivia went down and tried to grab the basketball. Must have got a little piece of the arm on the way down, as number 11, Sutherland's going to go to the line to shoot the 1-on-1. No, shoot double bonus, excuse me.
First shot is up and good. Makes it 15-21. Warriors still in the lead. Sutherland at the line now. Second shot is up. That one falls as well. Makes it 21-16.
It's been about it'll be a 7-2 run here that the Wolfpack have been on in the last minute and 15, and Coach Dodson calls a timeout as the Lady Wolfpack have jumped into a couple of different presses that have caused us a little bit of problems. So I'm sure Coach Dodson has some encouraging words down there he's giving the Lady Warriors here at the break.
Absolutely. And like you said, we were trying to get the broadcast started here. Wasn't able to watch the game too close, but from I could see, looked like the Lady Warriors are playing very good defense. Disa Vetnick grabbing all the boards, and it seems like the tides may have flipped here. Now the Wolfpack pressuring the Warriors and causing turnovers, and Coach Dodson's going to tell his team to calm down, try to relax a little bit here.
Yeah, we got a pretty good crowd here tonight, Austin. Of course, this is a marquee matchup once again in the Mountain 7 District, and usually, and has in the last 5 or 6 years or so, had implications for regional seedings and state playoff runs and all kinds of things. So lots of people here, got the band here playing, a good environment up here on the hill on Rose Ridge.
Well, like you said, these two teams ever since Pound and J.J. Kelly consolidated and all the Dickinson County schools consolidated, these two schools, especially in the girls basketball, have been going at it.
Ridgeview's back into the 2-2-1 press. We get the ball into Brooke Porter coming in from Hannah Carter. She's dribbling down the left-hand side, kicks it all the way over to Olivia Mullins, who pulls it back out just for a second, and she's being chased all over the place by a trapping defense up at the top. Back to Brooke Porter over on the left wing. She goes down to the right corner to Hannah Carter. Disa Bennett comes over and tries to get posted up. Nothing there. Back to Olivia Mullins. Back to the left wing over to Brooke Porter as Disa Bennett was trying to gain position underneath. Looks like she's going to be fouled there by number 23 from Ridgeview, Austin.
That would be Dotson. And the crowd definitely voicing their opinion here. I'm sure we'll be hearing that all night as Disa Vetnick will step to the line.
She will be shooting 1-1 here. 3:11 left to go. 21-16 is currently the score. As getting ready to shoot the first of the front end. Shots up, and it's good for Disa Vetnick, making the score 22-16.
Like I said, from what I could see there in the first quarter and start of the second, looks like Disa Vetnick has had a pretty dominant game as far as in the post. No one can really match her up as her second shot misses. And Ridgeview will head the other way. Rebound
pulled down by Sutherland, who kicks it over to Brooklyn Frazier. And she dribbles up the court to set up the offense. Back to the top, over to the right-hand wing to Bailey Frazier, who takes a back dribble as the Lady Warriors are now sitting in the 2-3 zone. And the Wolfpack are getting themselves set up to attack here on offense. Brooklyn Frazier, basketball at the top, being guarded. A little bit of pressure by Haley Large. Back to the top to Brooklyn Frazier again, over to the left corner to Bailey Frazier. Back to the top, ball kicked down to Dots and shot up underneath. It's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hannah Carter, and Olivia Mullins is flying back down the other way. Nice hesitation move by Mullins, drives into the basket, finds Porter. She drives into the lane, kicks out here to Large for the three. Shots up, it's no good. Rebound pulled down by Savetnik, who's up, and it's good. Give her two. Nice board there by Savetnik, 24-16 in favor of the Warriors.
Those type of plays from Savetnik are what's going to win the game for the Warriors here. They definitely need her to clean up the glass and put it right back in. As on the other end, Brooklyn Frazier with it now. Pass down inside to Bailey Frazier. He brings it back out to the top of the key. Ball's passed around. Sutherland with it now on a drive. Layup is up, no good. Hannah Carter gets the rebound. Passes to Olivia Mullins. Central coming the other way on the fast break now.
She's back down the other way. Finds Large back here in the right-hand corner, and she did, Austin. She double dribbled. She caught it and lost the handle of it and picked it up and took off again. That'll be a turnover against the Warriors. As we're headed back down the other way here in just a second. Score is 24-16 in favor of the Warriors with 1:43 left to play in the first half.
Looks like Taylor will come in for Dotson for the Lady Wolfpack. Minute 40 left to play here in the first half. Brooklyn Frazier will bring it across half court. Warriors once again in the 2-3 zone. She'll pass out to Sutherland. Back to Frazier. Now to Bailey Frazier. Pass down to Taylor. And a mid-range J on the baseline falls, makes it 24-18. Warriors still lead.
Nice shot there by Taylor, about 15 feet away from the short corner. That's not an easy shot to hit, but she hit it there as the press has caused another turnover here for the Warriors. She came down the other way. Livy Mullins did and kicked it to Hannah Carter, and Hannah Carter tried to take off there before she dribbled. Was called for a walk as Ridgeview gets the basketball and heads back down the other direction.
Brooklyn Frazier passes out to Bailey Frazier. Pass back to Brooklyn. Down inside to Taylor, out to Bailey Frazier now on the left wing. Drops towards the top of the key to Brooklyn Frazier towards the right. Down inside. Back out to Brooklyn Frazier. Takes a three. It's short. Dee Savetnik corrals the defensive board. Pass to Olivia Mullins. Warriors headed the other way now.
Livy Mullins is driving down the lane to the right-hand side, crosses over to the lane, pulls it back out to the top of the key. Finds a wide open Hannah Carter for about 7 feet on the baseline. Shots up and good for Hannah Carter. It's 26-18 now in favor of the Warriors with about 33 seconds left to go.
Well, that's Hannah Carter's sweet spot. That mid-range J, she's definitely her favorite spot on the floor is on the other end. Warriors defense really pressing the Wolfpack. Brooklyn Frazier with it now. Cross-court pass to Bailey Frazier. He's guarded by Brooke Porter. Warriors once again in a 2-3 zone. Frazier with it, top of the key. Pass out to Brooklyn Frazier. Pass across the court, ends up in the hands of Bailey Frazier. She drives inside, hop step, shots up, no good. Wolfpack get the rebound, and it looked like that was Sutherland, and on her way back up, she was fouled.
2-3 zone that Coach Dotson has applied here late in the second quarter has given the Wolfpack some trouble. We were in a man-to-man early on. They got a couple runouts on us, a couple easy layups. He jumped into a zone, and they've having some trouble here finding in the basket. Errant shot thrown up there, just kind of a rebound, fell down to Sutherland, and she jumped Hannah Carter just a little bit, and as she went back up, and she got fouled. The first foul shot went in. Good for her, so it's now 19-26 in favor of the Warriors. Second shot's on the way. It's up and good, too. So it's 4.3 left. We've got 6-point lead. 26-20 as Olivia Mullins is coming down the other way. She is fouled way in the backcourt by number 11. That would be Sutherland.
Just collided with Sutherland there right after she got the inbound pass. And with 2.7 seconds left, Olivia Mullins will head to the stripe. Try and put a few in here for the Warriors.
It'd be nice to get these two in for the half here, Austin.
Once again, score 26-20, Warriors with the lead. As Olivia Mullins steps to the line. Receives the ball from the referee, takes a few dribbles, shot is up, and it's good. Makes it 27-20, Warriors lead. As she steps to the line for her second attempt. Second attempt is up, rolls out. Brooklyn Frazier gets the rebound, pass ahead, and the buzzer sounds. And it looked like Thomas made that shot just past half court, but it was too late. The buzzer had already sounded. And
well after the buzzer. Pretty awesome shot there, but well after the buzzer. So we go into the half here 27-20 in favor of the Lady Warriors as the band begins to play behind us here. As you can hear them say, as soon as they get done here, Austin, we'll come back in here and do a little recap of the first half.
We'll see you then.
10th viewer is make a shout out to Fayette above.
All right, so we're back here at Ridgeview High School. I'm Austin Erie, joined by Lance Compton here. Got about 6 minutes left here before we get the second half underway. Currently, the Central Warriors are leading 27-20. In that first half, looked like the Warriors playing a more slowed down style of basketball the way they usually do on offense, whereas the Wolfpack, more of an up-tempo team, using their athletic players to their advantage. And this one's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, I believe you're right there, Austin. These two teams, of course, there's no love lost here between these two squads. And you hit the nail on the head about what happened there in the first half. As we got in a little bit late, the Wolfpack went on a run, as we said. Coach Dawson called a timeout there and jumped to a 2-3 zone and kind of slowed the Wolfpack down a little bit, and they had a little more trouble, a little more difficulty finding some shots. They got a couple of foul shots in, a couple putbacks in late. That puts us where we're at now. As a score of 27-20, as Austin said. Just a couple things I've noticed here, Austin. Disa Vetnik, again, as usual, already having a pretty big night, working hard down low on the post, pulling down both defensive and offensive rebounds, and playing pretty good defense down there as well. That's one thing I noticed just looking at the matchups here, Austin. They don't really have a girl that is, I would say, the size of D is. Tall and moves, as well as she does. And they've been throwing a couple different people at her, I guess, try to wear her down. We'll kind of see where that goes. But been a pretty interesting and entertaining first half of basketball here.
It has, and now we'll look at the stats here for both teams. We'll start with the Central Warriors. Looks like Brooke Porter chipped in 5 points there in the first quarter. Looked like Olivia Mullins had 5 points as well in the first quarter. Hannah Carter with 4 in the first quarter. And I don't know if this scorebook is correct here because these numbers aren't adding up. But we're trying here. I just snuck down there and took a picture, probably the wrong book. But like you said, Disa Vetnik, she may not be putting up a ton of points, but the rebounds are just as crucial. Getting those second chance, third chance opportunities, and definitely on defense, taking the ball away from the Wolfpack. Also, Hannah Carter having a great game, hitting her mid-range shot. That's where she's most comfortable on the floor, and that's a valuable asset to have because Central has players that can hit the three. Of course, they got Savetnik on the block, but then Hannah Carter can hit those mid-range jump shots. Really a multi-layered attack there for the Warriors.
That's exactly right, Austin. We got about 3.5 here as the Lady Wolfpack make their trek back down the steps here to get warmed back up for the second half of the game this evening. And again, as we've said, we're going to continue to mention the rest of the broadcast here. These two teams are perennial powers. Perennial powers in Mountain 7 girls basketball in the state as well. As the last 2 years and 3 of the last 4 state championship, Austin, it's coming right through Wise, Virginia. And we're hoping that the same thing happens again this year. And this is the first, not the first test, but one of the many tests of the Mountain 7 conferences. It's pretty loaded from top to bottom.
That's right. And, like I said earlier, the Warriors, they like to play a more slowed down style of basketball, a more traditional style, whereas the Wolfpack like to run and gun. And it's going to be interesting to see here in the second half how Coach Dotson has prepared his team to face that. From what I could see there during the first quarter, Central had a sizable lead there on the Wolfpack. But that second quarter, they put together a little run, and looked like the Wolfpack had the momentum headed into the half. So it'll be interesting to see how things go down here as we got about 2:15 left before the second half gets underway. Both teams are on the floor warming up. We'll be back to you shortly.
here, boss.
All right, we're ready to get the second half underway. Once again, Warriors are leading currently 27-20 as Olivia Mullins will bring the ball across half court for the Warriors here. On the floor for Central, we got Olivia Mullins, Britt Porter, Hannah Carter, Dee Savetnik, and Brittany Mullins, the starting five for Central. Hannah Carter with it now. She's at the top of the key. Passes to Britt Porter, wide open for three. It's no good. Dee Savetnik gets the rebound, passes out to Olivia Mullins. Warriors will have a second chance. Brittany Mullins with it now on the left wing. Passes to Olivia Mullins, who's at the top of the key. Passes to Dee Savetnik at the elbow. Pass out to Hannah Carter. Looking for an open teammate. Finds Britt Porter. Once again, the Warriors slowing things down here, trying to make efficient passes as Britt hands off to Brittany Mullins. Olivia Mullins with it now, wide open for three. That shot is up and in. Makes it 30-20, Warriors lead.
Flex offense there we ran through. Had several, very patient, made several passes and got a good open look there from Liv.
Wolfpack with it now. Looks like Dotson with it. Passes out to Brooklyn Frazier. Hands off to Bailey Frazier now. She'll head back towards the top of the key. Guarded by Brittany Mullins. Hands off to Brooklyn Frazier. Dribbling around, guarded closely by Brittany Mullins, and then a pass there to, let's see, that's Dotson. Took a three, was not successful. Olivia Mullins gets the long rebound. Warriors headed the other way. Olivia Mullins with it now. Hands off to Hannah Carter, who drives in, kicks out to Brittany Mullins. Thought about a three, decided not to take it. She'll kick out to Britt Porter. Back to Brittany Mullins. Drives in, the layup is up, rolls around, no good. Looks like she got her own rebound and then went up and was fouled. So she'll head to the stripe for two, and I believe they're going to call that on number 23.
They called on the floor too, Dotson. I think, Austin. Called the foul on the floor.
Substitution now. Looks like Brooklyn Frazier will take a seat for the Wolfpack. As number 22, that's Thomas, comes into the game. A steal now for the Wolfpack. Bailey Frazier taking it the other way. She'll drive down the baseline. Wild shot is up, no good. Ball's loose. Frazier comes away with it. Pass out to Dotson. Now into Thomas. As Nicole Counts, pump fake. Her shot was no good. Dee Savetnik brings down the defensive board. Olivia Mullins headed the other way now.
Pretty good couple of defensive possession there by the Lady Warriors. Ridgeview trying to go through the dribble drive there. We did a pretty good job cutting it off.
Brittany Mullins took a corner three. It was no good. Thomas got the rebound. Counts on the other end. And they're going to call a charge on Counts. Offensive foul. Looked like Olivia Mullins stepped in there to take the contact.
Yeah, she just stood there and took that one, Austin.
That'll be a turnover. Warriors ball. It's Hannah Carter inbounds to Britt Porter. Pass out to Olivia Mullins. They still need to get across half court as they do. Pass ahead to a wide open Brittany Mullins. She'll drive into the lane. Layup is up, no good. Dee Savetnik gets the board. Her shot's no good. And Ridgeview will come away with it as Bailey Frazier will bring it across half court. Passes ahead to Counts. Back to Bailey Frazier. Almost lost the ball there. Drops to her right. Pass to Dotson. Her three's no good. Olivia Mullins comes away with the long rebound. Fast break situation now for the Warriors. Passes to Britt Porter. Easy layup is up and in. Makes it 32-20. Warriors lead with 4:45 left in the third as Bailey Frazier brings it across half court.
Ridgeview stayed in the press there, Austin. Was pretty effective for them there early in the second quarter, but it's not been as effective for them as of yet here in the third.
Bailey Frazier with it. She passes to Dotson. Dotson with it now. Pass to Thomas. Bailey Frazier, corner three from the right side, will not go. Looks like Grant will get the rebound. Pass to Thomas. Wolfpack get another possession. Counts with it now. Pass back to Thomas. Back to Counts, who's looking inside for Dotson. Could not find her. Ball's loose. It's on the players on the floor. Counts comes away with it. And Bailey Frazier's shot was up and no good. And I believe they're going to call a foul on Central. They're going to call it on Looked like Olivia Mullins, perhaps.
Ridgeview really in a lull here, Austin. They're having some trouble getting good looks as they're running through their offense. Credit to the good defensive possessions here, consecutive ones by the Lady Warriors.
Sox will come in now as Grant takes a break for the Wolfpack. Shot was up, no good. Bailey Frazier gets the rebound, and with a good move, puts it up and in. Makes it 32-22. Warriors with the 10-point lead as Brooke Porter with it now. Trying to split the defense. Gets across half court. Brittany Mullins wide open. And her pass sails over the head of Dee Savetnik. Hannah Carter saves it out to Olivia Mullins. Warriors ready to run the offense here. Pass out to Brittany Mullins on the right wing. Back to Olivia Mullins at the top of the key. Drives to her left. Hands off to Brooke Porter. Pass out to Hannah Carter. Drives in. Pulls up. Will not go. Dee Savetnik gets the board, and she's fouled on her way back up. Once again, Dee Savetnik cleaning up the glass and could result in points here for the Warriors.
She's working hard down low, too, as well, getting position both on both sides of the block or both sides of the lane. She's really fighting hard to get post position, doing a good job of H'ing up and stealing her girl on her back. A couple times there she was open for the lob. We just in transition and a reversal and get the ball back down to her. But she's working hard, and she's getting credit because of it, getting rebounds and getting easy layups.
Looks like they're going to call the foul on the floor as the inbound pass saved from going back court by Brittany Mullins. Brooke Porter has the ball now. Pass inside. Dee Savetnik gets up and good. Make it 34-22. Warriors lead.
Again, Austin, nice job by Dee of posting up, getting the girl on her hip and setting down and keeping her there.
Ridgeview with it on the other end. That's Thomas. Her pass to number 31. That's Sox. Is broken up by Brooke Porter. Both players hit the ground. They're going to call a foul on Porter.
Loose ball foul there as Sox and Porter both. Porter got her hand on the pass, and Sox tried to recover, but kind of wiped her out as she looked to get it.
Turns out they're going to call the foul on Ridgeview, so that foul was on Sox as Central with the ball now. Pass to Olivia Mullins. She's with the top of the key. Dee Savetnik comes out behind the arc to receive the pass into Hannah Carter on the low block. Won't go. And there's going to be a foul on Central. It'll be Wolfpack ball. And we're so far up, I can't really see who the refs.
That one was on Hannah Carter, 30.
It's hard to tell who the refs are saying is committing the foul, and they won't show it on the scoreboard. But we'll try to get them to you. Gabby Hall into the game now as Hannah Carter will take a break for Central. Thomas brings it across half court for the Wolfpack. Drives in. Her shot's no good. Ball's batted around. Savetnik eventually comes away with it. Hands off to Olivia Mullins. Warriors headed the other way.
She's been a force down there, Austin. Absolute force on the offensive and defensive rebound side.
Olivia Mullins with the ball now. She'll pass out to Brittany Mullins. Guarded closely. Ball's tipped, and they're going to call a foul on Sutherland. And that'll be the 5th team foul for Ridgeview. It'll remain Central ball.
34-22, 2:07 left.
Olivia Mullins set to inbound. She's looking for an open teammate. Finds Brooke Porter. Porter will take it back to the top of the key. Drives to her right. Hands off. Brittany Mullins. She drives inside. Her pass out to Gabby Hall. Little low. Heads out of bounds. Be a turnover. Wolfpack ball.
Pretty tough pass there to handle by Brittany, throwing right at Gabby's ankles. It came with a lot of force there, too. So that's why they had a turnover.
Wolfpack headed the other way now as we got Thomas walking it down the court. Warriors in a 2-3 zone as Thomas is trying to call a play out to her teammates. She'll pass. That'll be to number 32. That's Sutherland. Ball ends up in the hands of Taylor. Her shot was no good. Pulled down by Dee Savetnik. Olivia Mullins headed the other way with it now for the Warriors.
Again, 2-3 zone. Austin has been effective here in the third quarter.
Olivia Mullins with it. Minute 20 left in this third quarter. Warriors are leading 34-22. Olivia Mullins drives in. Her layup is up and no good, but she was fouled on her way up.
That's a nice hesitation crossover there by Olivia Mullins. She rocked the girl to sleep to the right, crossed over hard back to the left, and made her way to the basket. Got fouled on her way to shoot the layup, so she's going to shoot 2 shots.
Be the 6th team foul for Ridgeview. Minute 14 left in the third as her first shot is up, rattles around and is in. Makes it 35-22 as Hannah Large will come in for Gabby Hall now for Central. Also looks like Thomas will take a seat as Grant will come in for the Wolfpack. Olivia Mullins' second shot is up and good. Makes it 36-22, Warriors lead. Counts bringing it down the floor now for the Wolfpack. Crosses half court. Warriors still in the 2-3 zone. Pass out to Grant, back to Counts. Drives to her right, inside. Layup is up. Little strong, no good. Hannah Large comes away with the rebound. Pass ahead to Brittany Mullins on the break. What a shot. Back to the basket on the layup there. That was a circus move, and it falls.
Definitely a circus shot there by Brittany Mullins, but hey, we'll take him any way we can get him.
Any way you can get it. That makes it 38-22 as the Wolfpack with it now. They're going to call a blocking foul on D. Savetnik as Sutherland went up. So they'll give her 2.
And Austin, I'll tell you, I'm usually pretty impartial when it comes to officiating. That was bad. That was a bad call.
That was a bad call. Regardless, Sutherland's at the line now. Her first shot is up. Will not go. The score remains 38-22, Warriors lead, as Taylor will take a seat, as it looks like number 23, Dotson, will enter the game for the Wolfpack. Second shot from Sutherland at the line is up. Also strong, no good. Britt Porter comes away with the rebound. Passes to Olivia Mullins. 38 seconds left here in this third quarter as she crosses half court. Hands off to Britt Porter. Drives to her right. Pass to Brittany Mullins, a 3. And it goes. Make it 41-22. Warriors lead now with 22 seconds remaining. Counts with it for the Wolfpack. Passes out to Grant. Pass to number 32. And that shot was good. That was Sutherland on a 3. Makes it 41-25. Warriors with it now. Olivia Mullins crosses half court with 4 seconds left. She's going to drive in. Shot is up, no good. She was fouled. She'll head to the charity stripe.
I believe I saw him wave that shot off. He might have called it on the floor.
That had to be in the act of shooting, and
he's calling a 1-and-1, so he called that one on the floor.
It looked like to me that was on her way up, but
I would have to agree.
I'm not the referee as Bailey Allison comes in for D. Savetnik. So Olivia Mullins will be at the line for a 1-and-1 with 1.2 seconds left in the third. Her first shot is up and falls. Makes it 42-25, Warriors lead. Mullins at the line now. Her second attempt is up. A little short. And the Wolfpack could not get a shot off. And after 3 quarters of play, the score, Central Warriors 42, the Ridgeview Wolfpack 25. That's an impressive quarter there for the Warriors. Came out strong, played solid basketball, and just kept getting their shots to fall and playing great defense on the other end.
Yeah, Austin, in the third quarter there, the Lady Wolfpack scored 5 points. And a lot of that is accredited to the 2-3 zone that Coach Dotson had the Lady Warriors in, the good wing pressure we were getting on the ball. And when they did occasionally get the ball down low, we had an excellent help side over with the post and doing a good job of cutting off drives with the post as well. And that's why we saw the Wolfpack only cough up 5 points. Now, on the other hand, the Lady Warriors, who started the third quarter with 27, went on about a 12-0 run, I think it was. Ended up outscoring the Lady Wolfpack there 15-5 in that quarter. And that was a test to some patience on offense, making smart passes, it's taking their time and getting the shot they wanted underneath. And also, we saw Ridgeview stay in the press there a little bit as well. And that afforded us a couple of times we could get out and run a little bit. And we saw some points in transition that really helped as well. So it was a good quarter there for the Lady Warriors.
As we begin the fourth quarter, on the floor now for Central, we got Olivia Mullins, Brooke Porter, Brittany Mullins, Hannah Carter, and Hannah Large.
And I will say, Austin, this game appears to be a little bit out of reach here since it's 17 now, but it's not. I guarantee the Wolfpack will not go away as we see Frazier. That would be Bailey at the top of the key here. Lady Warriors still in her 2-3 zone. As Bailey Frazier, the floor captain here, she's getting things set up and ready to run through their offense. Cross-court skip past Nicole Counts in the corner, up shot for a three. Shots up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Liv Mullins, and she headed back down the other way as the Lady Warriors are out running. And now Liv Mullins takes a second, back it up, and let's get set up in the offense here and takes the time off the clock and get a good shot as Coach Dawson's yelling at it over there from the sideline. We got it spread out, 4 out, 1 in. Hannah Carter's 1 in the low block. We got a handoff pass up the top to Brooke Porter. She drives into the lane, gets a layup, and she goes down, and ball was no good as Nicole Counts comes down with it and heads back down the other way for the Lady Wolfpack. She drives into the lane, pass into Sutherland. Nice move there by Sutherland, up and in with the left hand, makes it 27-42 in favor of the Lady Wolfpack. I got a feeling here, Austin, the Wolfpack may go on a little bit of a run. We know they're not going to go away anytime soon.
Well, you can't ever count them out. You know, we've seen in the last game with the boys playing Lehigh, any team can make a comeback, and the Wolfpack are definitely capable.
Olivia Mullins again with the basketball up here at the top of the key. She goes over to the left-hand side, being guarded by Nicole Counts. She drives in, layup with the left hand. Nice move, nice finish there by Olivia Mullins. 44-27, 6:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter as Bailey Frazier heads back down the other way. 2-3 zone still for the Warriors. She's driven around the top of the key, heads over to the right-hand side as Sutherland comes to the high post, back to down to Dawson, a low block. Pass there from Nicole Counts in the left wing. Nice pass there, nice offense. Shot up and good from Dawson. 44-29 in favor of the Lady Warriors. As the press is back on, we have a turnover here now by Hannah Large. But on the turnover, ball was thrown down to Sutherland, and it's a little bit out of reach there, Austin. She loses out of bounds. So while we turn the ball over, they give us it right back to us. And we now have the ball. Lily Mullins going to inbound it. And the Lady Wolfpack are in a 2-2-1 full-court press. Ball over to the right-hand side to Brittany Mullins. We're still in the backcourt. Livy Mullins breaks the press by herself as she dribbles through the crossover. Finds Brooke Porter down to the left-hand side. Dribbles into the lane. Finds Hannah Carter underneath. Her shot will be blocked there by Bailey Frazier.
That's some good pressure there by the Lady Wolfpack. Definitely not making it easy on Central, but they somehow found a way to get it up the court.
As Brooklyn Frazier checks in for Sutherland. As Lady Warriors run through their underneath set, Livy Mullins with the ball out. She comes to the top of the key to Brooke Porter. And Livy Mullins comes up to the left corner as Brooke Porter backs, dribbles in with the right hand. The Robin Dodson-Patton dribble drive offense that we're running through there. Brittany Mullins, though, turns the ball over. She's driving to the basket. Brooklyn Porter heads back down the other way, finds Brooklyn Frazier finds Bailey Frazier, who finds Nicole Counts, who drives down the left-hand side and shoots a layup. Now we got the score being 44-31 as Coach Dotson notices a little bit of a momentum shift here, Austin, and calls a timeout.
Well, it's probably a good time for Coach Dotson to have a word with his team. Like we mentioned, the Lady Wolfpack, one of the better teams in the state, and they definitely can't get any momentum behind them because they're very likely to come back. Warriors still leading 44-31, but that could change rather quickly with a few bad turnovers.
You got a timeout here, foul situation. The Lady Wolfpack have 7 called against them, and the Lady Warriors have 3. So we'll be shooting a 1-and-1 here and still take a couple for the Lady Wolfpack to be able to shoot any bonus at all, which I think, Austin, if I had to guess, if I was a betting man, I'm not, but if I was, that will come into play down the line somewhere.
It wouldn't surprise me, with how hard the Wolfpack are pressuring. They're likely to commit a foul here and there, and Warriors could turn that into points.
As the Warriors get the ball again underneath the Lady Wolfpack basket, the Lady Wolfpack still in that 2-2-1 full court press. As Hannah Carter inbounds it to Olivia Mullins, who, as she throws it back to Hannah Carter, loses the handle on it. Brooklyn Porter gets the loose ball, shoots a layup, shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Hannah Carter up to Brittany Mullins, who splits the double team and heads back down the other way. She dribbles and finds Brooke Porter down on the left corner. Lisa Vetton's got her girl posted up. Nice cross-court underneath pass there to Hannah Carter. On the pass back to Lisa Vetton, it's a loose ball, and the fouls, it looks like she fouls number 32. Who is, that will be Sutherland, and fouls underneath there by Disa Vetnick, and that will be Wolfpack basketball.
Well, the Warriors had a few chances for a pretty wide open layup there, just got a little bit excited. I don't think Disa Vetnick necessarily committed that foul. She just happened to be standing there, and the player kind of ran into her and fell down. But, hey, once again, I'm not the referee.
And I believe, Austin, that Disa Vetnick has just fouled out of the ball game.
That is not good. I didn't realize she had that many fouls, but that's definitely going to come into play here as Hannah Large will sub in for her.
All right, we have the Lady Wolfpack. Brooklyn Frazier heads back down the other way. Still 2-3 zone here for the Lady Warriors. Left corner to Nicole Counts, cross court, skip past the Bailey Frazier, shots up for a three, no good, as Dotson tries to come down with the rebound, but it goes off on Hannah Carter, and it will remain Wolfpack basketball.
Well, like we've said, the Wolfpack are very likely to come back, and that's been a few wide open threes that they've missed. If those had fell, things should really be shifting here as Counts gets the inbound pass, and it's no good. Another skirmish on the floor.
And the pass from Brooklyn Frazier underneath is an errant pass, and Hannah Large comes away with it, and she is fouled. And it looks like that she will be going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. The foul there was called on number 23, who would be Hannah Dotson.
Like you mentioned, these free throw shots, they can play a huge role here, and if that's one thing that Coach Dotson stresses to his players. They're very, very good free throw shooters. Hopefully they can sink these.
Now that you said that, Austin, you should have missed both of them.
I should have said that.
Oh, there we go. No jinx up here in the booth for us. As the first one from Hannah Large is up and good, 45-31 with 4:46 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Second shot from Hannah Large also up and good. Nice job there by Hannah Large knocking down those foul shots as Nicole Counts comes flying down the other direction. We've got Bailey Frazier in the right corner. She's going to dribble back up to the top. Still got a 2-3 zone here as defense is the chant here for our Warrior crowd. 3-point shot from Dotson in the corner is up and good. And we got a timeout there by Coach Frazier in the Wolfpack that makes the score 46-34. A 17-point lead has been cut to 12 with 4:29 left to go.
Well, the Warriors, like we mentioned, I mean, they still have to keep their foot on the gas here. They can't let up at all. And it was funny because that shot was extremely contested, and yet that's the three-pointer that falls for them. Like you said, 17-point lead cut to 12 in a fairly short amount of time. And I'm sure Coach Dotson is telling his team we got to stay focused here.
It's going to be an interesting 4.5 minutes here, Austin, as this thing kind of continues. The momentum just kind of continues to build. The energy in this place kind of continues to build. Both of these fan bases are pretty fired up and cheering their ladies on, hoping for a victory tonight.
Well, if what you said is true about Dee Savetnik fouling out, the Warriors are definitely going to be missing her here in these last few minutes as she's done a great job rebounding the ball. Warriors playing a smaller group out there now as Hannah Carter being the tallest girl on the court.
2-2-1 full court press still for the Lady Wolfpack as Olivia Mullins is set to inbounds the basketball. And we've got a official timeout here. Got a question for the scores table. Probably trying to figure out how many timeouts something was left. As Olivia Mullins now has the basketball. And she's going to inbound. And Brittany Mullins goes and sets a pick for Brooklyn Porter into Brittany Mullins, back into Olivia Mullins. She dribbles down into the middle. She's being guarded by Sykes. She kicks her dribbles up. And Brooke Porter now has long cross-court pass to Brittany Mullins up, and it's a nice long cross-court pass there to break the press. Ball back out to Olivia Mullins, being guarded by Sykes here as we're just using a man-to-man defense here. Olivia taking plenty of time here by handling the basketball, doing an excellent job of just dribbling the basketball around. You can see senior leadership there from Olivia Mullins, understanding the situation here, needing to knock some time off the clock often, and doing a good job of it. Brooklyn Porter gets to wide open Brittany Mullins underneath, who drives baseline, finds Hannah Large. He takes a second, takes a dribble, kicks it back up to Olivia Mullins, and Olivia continues to dribble the clock out. She's got 3 girls on her, Austin, and she misses and goes through the triple team. And Coach Dotson calls a quick timeout, and I would imagine that was just to give Olivia a break.
Yeah, well, that could have turned bad quick as she had 3 Ridgeview defenders on her. Looked like a 4th was coming to help. But that was good ball movement there by the Warriors as they burn about almost a minute off the clock there with that possession.
Again, Austin, that just goes to show you these big games like this. These girls have played in big games. They've been successful in big games. Coach Dotson knows how to get them to be successful in these big games. And you can see the ball handling skills there, just being patient, not panicking when the double team came, the triple team came. And they had a couple open shots, too, they didn't take, which, again, attests to the fact of them being patient and working some time off the clock.
Well, in situations like this, you want to make sure that you're getting as high percentage look as you can. And those shots may have been a little bit too far out for them, for their liking. Maybe wanted to get a little bit closer inside.
3:45 to go. The ball is inbounded here to Brooke Porter. 46-34 still in favor of your Lady Warriors as the Wolfpack now are trying to trap back and forth. Brittany Mullins turns the ball over as her pass is knocked away by Nicole Counts, and we're headed back down the other way. Here comes Sutherland all the way to the lane, up to the left hand. Shots up. It's good there by Sutherland. And that makes the score 36-46 with 3:20 to go. Olivia Mullins now being pressured by the Wolfpack. Ball's turned over there by Brooke Porter. Her pass is knocked away by Bailey Frazier. Frazier has the ball at the top of the key. Finds Dawson the left wing for a three. Shots up. Shot's no good. Rebound pulled down by Olivia Mullins there. Now she's headed back down the other way. She's stopped for a second by the Ridgeview press. Sykes is guarding her, so is Sutherland. Now she breaks the press by herself, passes the timeline, and continues to dribble the basketball as she has a double team come in. Her pass underneath the Hannah Carter is no good and knocked away. Another turnover by the Lady Warriors as Bailey Frazier comes back down the other direction, finding Coles Counts at the top of the key. She dribbles in, shoots a runner from about 7 feet, shots up and good. 46-38 now to score with 2:40 left to play. Ridgeview on a run here, Austin, just like we said, we thought they might do so. Olivia Mullins now passes the timeline, kicks down to Hannah Carter on the right-hand side. Hannah Carter's pass to Hannah Large, underneath up to Brittany Mullins. She kicks it back out to Olivia Mullins, who holds it for a second. She then is fouled there by Sykes, and she'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1.
Well, one thing I'm noticing here is that the Ridgeview defenders, as far as in the guard positions, they got a pretty significant height advantage on, say, Brittany Mullins and Brooke Porter. Definitely taller, got a longer reach, and their passes are hard to get where they need to be whenever they're being tipped. And great all-around defense there for the Wolfpack. And it looks like Central's just going to try and burn as much clock as they can and try to ride this one out. 2:27
left to go as Mullins shoots. Olivia Mullins makes the first of a 1-and-1, making the score 47-38 in favor of the Warriors. As it looks like number 22 for the Lady Wolfpack, who is Thomas, checks back in, as well as Grant checks back in. And we also have Brooklyn Frazier checking back in for the Lady Wolfpack as Olivia Mullins goes to shoot the second of the 1-and-1. It's up and it's good, making the score 48-38. 2:27 left to play. Here comes the Wolfpack back down the other direction. Brooklyn Frazier, top of the key, being guarded by Brittany Mullins. Back to the top to Thomas. Loose ball foul there going to be committed by Hannah Large.
Well, she was just trying to get there to make the steal and trying to put some defensive pressure on the Wolfpack, and got there just a little bit too late and collided.
As ball back into the Wolfpack, Brooklyn Frazier has it at the top of the key, being guarded by Brittany Mullins. Thomas comes back down this way, finds Grant, goes back to the top of the key. Finds Frazier, who drives into the lane, has number 22. That's Thomas in here for three. Shots up and good with 2:04 left to play. Ridgeview calls a timeout as that makes the score 48-41. A 17-point lead with 4:45 left to go has been cut to 7 here with 2:04 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, like we suspected, the Wolfpack are coming right back, and Central's definitely missing Dee Savetnik right now, that height advantage and getting the rebounds and the defense. Like I said, the Wolfpack, they're just taller. Every player they got on the floor has a little bit of a height advantage on their matchup, and that's playing to their advantage as far as their full-court press.
Yeah, the Wolfpack, their last two possessions, have been patient, ran through their offense, and got a couple of open threes, and managed to make both of them kind of cut the lead down here. I would imagine Wolfpack back out in the 2-2-1 press again. It's giving us a little bit of trouble. I know it's wearing our guards out. They're dribbling around trying to kill some time, but we're definitely missing the presence of Dee Savetnik underneath. A couple times that the Wolfpack have missed shots. Earlier on, Dee was just cleaning that up. We're having a little more trouble getting our hands on those balls that are coming off the rim here on the defensive end.
Well, and in one way, if you're Central, you just want to try to run the clock down, but at the same time, you got to try to get some points on the board. It's just a 7-point lead, and a few shots made by the Wolfpack can give them the lead.
2-2-1 press. This is we expect to get the ball. It's inbound to Brooke Porter. She dribbles down. She's picked up there by number 2. That's Grant. Back over to Olivia Mullins, who dribbles in, breaks the timeline, and also is fouled there by Grant on the left-hand side. And then gets an extra shove there from Thomas at the end of the play. And we go in. Looks like Olivia Mullins is going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots. As the referees will sort out a little extracurriculars there, Austin.
Central going to have the rest of their 4 players play back in anticipation of the missed shot here and getting back on defense as Olivia Mullins steps to the line.
First shot up from Olivia Mullins. It's up and good, 49-41, 1:55 to go here. Olivia Mullins, again, showing some of that senior leadership, been here before, done that before. She continues to knock down foul shots. Hopefully she'll make this one as well to extend the lead. But off the front end, it's no good. 49-41. Clock's ticking. 1:50 to go. Here comes Nicole Counts down the other way. She's driving down to the right-hand side. Layup up and good. Make it 49-43 in favor of the Wolfpack. It says 45 up there also. It's definitely 43. And we have a timeout called by Olivia Mullins.
Well, that double team, they locked on to her quick there and had her trapped right there, about to push her out of bounds. Like we suspected, this one's coming down the wire as, according to the scoreboard, it's just a 4-point lead.
It was 41, and he got something's not right there. Also, it should be 43. Then we were up 41-40 at 9, and they hit that layup and got 4 points on them. I'm sure Al looks like they're going to they're working on getting it fixed down there right now.
Looks like some of the assistant coaches for Central took notice of that as well, and they've headed over to the scores table, and they're going to put it back to 43. So
they got it fixed now. I think probably just hit the button too many times. It's easy to do. Out of the timeout here comes the Lady Warriors. 1:40 to go. 49-43 is the score. I'm sure as we see the Wolfpack continue to come down here in this 2-2-1 press, it's giving us a little bit of problem here late in this fourth quarter, Austin.
Well, the Warriors only have one timeout left, and so if they get in a pickle, they're going to have to try to find an open teammate.
Brooke Porter sets the screen for Brittany Mullins. She then gets the ball back in from Olivia Mullins. She's dribbling around. Olivia Mullins now back to, she's got it. Ball down to Brittany Mullins. We've got the timeout called here by Coach Dotson as we were getting close there, Austin, to the 10-second count.
I believe that'll be the last timeout that the Warriors can call with 1:32 left here. They can't get the ball past the free throw line. I mean, the pressure is immense, and they're going to have to figure something out here.
Yeah, it's been last 3 possessions here. It's not been it's been tough sledding for the Lady Warriors as the pressure has been cranked up by the Lady Wolfpack. I would imagine Coach Dotson, they're setting up some sort of maybe 1-4 high cross, screen for the screener, screen and roll back, something to get one of these girls open because they're applying such pressure that if we just set a screen, then the girl who sets the screen will roll back to the basketball and then into her back in quickly to Olivia Mullins. She can shoot down the middle of the floor and split that and then be able to kind of get past the foul line and now past the half-court line as well to break that 10-second count.
1:32 left here in this final quarter. Definitely the most action-packed quarter, most intense quarter.
As the ball is into Brittany Mullins and back into Olivia Mullins, 2-2-1 pressure steal. Olivia Mullins dribbles down, finds a way, breaks it herself, crosses back over, heads back up to the top, and then she is on the ground. Ball's tied up. We got a jump ball in favor of the Central Warriors.
Managed to click about 10 seconds off the clock there, but requiring a lot of energy. 1:21 left now.
6-point lead here still for the Lady Warriors as things are getting tense and tight here. Energy is continuing to build as well. Ball gets thrown into Hannah Carter. Comes back to Olivia Mullins back in the backcourt. She's being fouled there by Grant, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Looks like Ridgeview may start to foul in hopes of the Warriors missing free throw shots and giving them the ball back. But there's one thing about the Lady Warriors is that they're very efficient at the line, and Olivia Mullins has showed that so far.
She's getting ready to shoot the first of a double bonus. 49-43, 1:16 to play. Shots up and good there from Liv. That makes it 50-43 in favor of the Lady Warriors. As Grant checks out and Dotson checks back in for the Lady Wolfpack. All 4 of the Lady Warriors down here on the defensive end waiting for the attack from the Lady Wolfpack. As the second shot's up from Liv. It's up and good by Olivia Mullins. 51-43, 1:16 to play. Quickly comes down the other way, comes Thomas. Picked up by Brittany Mullins. Up to the top to Bailey Frazier. Back to Bailey Frazier still dribbling it around.
Ball pass was tipped by Olivia Mullins. That's a great defensive effort there to break up that pass.
Knocked away, and it was Wolfpack basketball again underneath. As Sutherland set to inbound the ball. We got Thomas to the corner guarded by Mullins. up to the top to Nicole Counts. Got a minute left to go. 51-43. Ball at the top of the key. Ball again. 3-point shot. No good. 3-point shot thought about there by Bailey Frazier. Good close out there by Olivia Mullins. She drives in and then gets caught as she goes up to shoot the jumper there in the lane. She's fouled. Shot's no good. She's going to go to the line and shoot 2 shots. 51-43. 55 seconds left.
Looks like they're going to call it on Hannah Large as Frazier's first shot rattles out. Keeping the Warriors' hopes looking good.
Frazier getting ready to shoot the second. It's up and it's good. 44-51, 55 seconds to play. Ball in quickly to Brooke Porter. She's dribbling back down the other way, being guarded by Thomas. She splits the double team, dribbles back out, still in the backcourt. Finds Olivia Mullins, who then manages to cross the timeline. She dribbles down the left-hand side. She's being guarded by Grant, and she's called for a carry there, Austin, as she's trying to get away from the double team.
Maybe a turnover. We got 42.8 seconds left here with a 7-point lead. And as long as Central can play good defense and dribble the ball, looks like they may come away with this win.
Frazier has the ball down to the right corner of Dodson, who drives into the lane. She definitely just walked. No call. Back to the top of the side. Bailey Frazier drives into the lane. Jump shot. Hop shot. Ball comes down. No good. Rebound to Hannah Carter, who finds Olivia Mullins. She is being trapped in the corner. She's going to be fouled there by Sutherland, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that was probably the best thing that could have happened for the Warriors there as Frazier drove in. A pretty high percentage look that easily could have fell. Wasn't able to get it to fall. Hannah Carter gets the rebound. Pass to Olivia Mullins. And she'll head to the line.
Looks like she got Charlie horse there. Also took a knee there to the back of the leg. She's trying to rub it out there and get rid of it. And she goes down to shoot 2 shots.
If there's one person on the court that I would want at the free throw line right now, if I'm Coach Dotson, it would probably be Olivia Mullins. She's knocked down a ton of free throws today.
I would have to definitely agree. She's done a lot here in the last 3 minutes, dribbling the basketball, breaking the press, dribbling out of double teams, and hitting foul shots as well. And she goes to the line to shoot 2. Let's hope she make both of these as well. First one's up and good from Olivia Mullins. That makes the score 52-44 in favor of the Warriors with 25.7 seconds left to go. Second shot up and on the way. It's good as well. She comes back down this direction, and here comes Bailey Frazier. Gets the ball. She's across the half-court line, over the Cole Counts to the left wing, down to the right corner to Dodson, who shoots a 3, shots up. It's no good. And rebound, loose ball. Ball pulled down by Brooke Porter, and she's dribbling, headed back down the way, being pressured heavily by Sutherland. She's going to dribble down, 7 seconds left. She's going to be fouled there by Bailey Frazier. An intentional foul called on Bailey Frazier as 5.2 seconds are left. And she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 and get the ball back there because of the intentional foul.
Well, at this point, looks like Central is going to walk away with this win as the Central fans giving a standing ovation for the toughness that their team has showed here in the fourth quarter.
As Brooke Porter here with 5.2 seconds is going to go shoot the 2-shot intentional foul. First one's up, and it's no good. Second one on the way, it's up. It's no good as well. And Austin, that looked like tired legs. And those girls, she's been getting after it out there. I'm sure she's wore out.
Yeah, they've really had to work hard here in this fourth quarter with the press that Ridgeview's put on them. Definitely a good effort.
Ball into Hannah Carter, back to Olivia Mullins. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds to go. And Bailey takes it away from the shot clock, and it's no good. And that will be a victory for the Lady Warriors here. It's a big win for your Lady Warriors. 53-44 is the final as your Lady Warriors come away with the win here at Ridgeview High School.
Definitely a big win. Not only a district win, but this is one of the best teams they'll face all year. And with the comeback that Ridgeview was trying to put on them and the D. Savetnik fouls out, the pressure that they had to face, definitely a good win for the Lady Warriors. I'm sure Coach Dotson's proud.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a struggle there in about 3 minutes to go there in the fourth quarter as Ridgeview made a bit of a run on us, but this senior laden team that have been in big games and big situations before continue to just grind away seconds, make foul shots, take care of the basketball when they needed to take care of it, and because of that, they come away with the win here.
That being said, the Lady Warriors will walk away with the W. Makes them undefeated, I believe, 4-0 in district play. And with that being said, we got the varsity boys competition will be up next as both teams are on the floor warming up. And we'll get back to you here in just a little bit here at Ridgeview High School. I'm Austin Erie with Lance Compton. right, we got about 3 minutes here before the boys varsity competition gets underway. We got the Central Warriors here at Ridgeview High School playing the Ridgeview Wolfpack. I'm Austin Neary. In this game, I'm joined by Chris Wilson. How you doing this evening?
Doing pretty good, Austin. A little out of breath right now. Just ran back from JV court, so doing good though. Doing good.
Well, I'm glad you're here with me. In the last game, we've seen the Lady Warriors edge out the Ridgeview Wolfpack. It was a good game all the way through. The Warriors got, I believe, a 17-point lead at one point. Ridgeview whittled it down to as few as 6, but the Warriors come away with the win, a big win for them. And hopefully the boys can pick up a win as well.
I believe coming out, Ridgeview is actually winless so far in conference play. So they played, I believe they played Abingdon back last Wednesday, perhaps, and Abingdon came away with the victory in that game. So I think Ridgeview's actually winless, looking for the first win in conference play. And the Warriors rolling right now, winners of about 5 of the last 6, winners of the last 2 conference games. That big win against Lee last week, and looking to keep that going with another win here tonight.
Well, earlier, Chris had mentioned to me that Coach McCamus may be putting a different starting 5 out there than he usually does. I believe Damai Lester, Landon Elkins, Brody Allison, Jordan Bishop, and Elijah Hayes will be the starting 5 for Central. And as for the Ridgeview Wolfpack, it looks like number 1, Trenton Adkins, number 3, Gabe Counts, number 5, Tyler O'Quinn, number 32, Gabe Brown, and number 34, Brody Counts will be the starting 5 for the Ridgeview Wolfpack.
Yeah, about a minute to go here, Austin. Warriors out here finished up a little drill, doing some little 3-on-3, some defensive action, getting ready to get underway tonight. In the last couple of times the Warriors have come over here to Ridgeview, they've left with some pretty sizable victories, getting Ridgeview fielding some pretty young teams for the last couple of years. Coach McCamus's bunch relying on a lot of veteran leadership. We've come over here and pretty much taken care of business the last few years. I kind of expect to see something similar here tonight. Again, Ridgeview struggling a little bit. Warriors riding some good momentum with that win against Lehigh. I expect another big victory tonight by the Warriors.
Well, you mentioned the veteran leadership, and that is true. The Warriors have quite a few seniors and juniors, but I believe tonight there will not be one senior in the starting lineup. So maybe Coach McCamus looking to play some different players, get some different combinations out there, and just get these guys some minutes.
It actually looks like he's going to switch up and actually put Landon Elkins in the starting line. So there will be one senior. Landon will be the starter, and then everyone after that will be underclassmen.
That said, I think the PA announcer here is going to announce the starting lineups, and we'll get back to you as soon as the action gets underway.
Welcome to Ridgeview High School, the Rock Battle between Ridgeview Warriors and their home team. Now starting out for the Ridgeview Warriors. And guard, number 14, Elijah Hayes. And guard, number 15, Landon Elkins. The guard, number 20, Jordan Bishop. The guard, number 22, Brady Allison. The guard, number 24, Damari Lester. And now, we'll go home saying, one time. That goal is also number 1. Pretty out. That guard senior number 3, Gabriel Counts. That guard senior number 5, Tyler O'Quinn. That guard sophomore number 32, Gabe Brown. That goal is number 4, Brody Counts.
Austin, looks like Ridgeview actually starts 3 seniors and 2 sophomores here with this lineup going against Coach McCamus with 1 senior and then 4 underclassmen here to start this contest.
Start with the tip-off here as both teams exchange handshakes. Looks like Trenton Atkins and Elijah Hayes will be fighting for the tip as the ref makes his way to half court. And the Wolfpack come away with the tip. And so that'll be Gabe Counts with it. He's going to drive right in. Passes out to Brown. Mid-range J is short. And Counts gets the rebound. His shot no good. Jordan Bishop comes away with it. Damon Lester on the other end for Central. Passes to Landon Elkins. He's at the top of the key. Back to Damon. Back to Landon Elkins. Pass inside to Jordan Bishop. Broken up as Gabe Counts got the steal. And on the other end, number 5, Tyler O'Quinn lays it in for 2. Wolfpack up 2-0 here in the early going. Elkins with it now for Central. He passes to Brody Allison. To Damon Lester. Back to Elkins. Back to Lester. To Elkins once more. Jordan Bishop in the left corner. Back to Elkins. He's going to drive to his right to Lester. Looking for Bishop inside. Instead finds Landon Elkins. Hand off to Bishop. Back to Elkins. And they're going to say Landon Elkins traveled on his way to the basket. It's a turnover. It'll be Ridgeview ball.
Also, I talked to some of the coaches here before the game, and I think yesterday's practice didn't exactly go over very well. I expect that's why Coach McCamus has put out this different lineup. They can't be too happy with the way the first minutes played out so far.
Ridgeview with it now, and a bad pass there from Gabe Counts results in a steal, and the Warriors going the other way with it. Damon Lester puts up a shot, no good. He was fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line for 2.
Again, Lester coming off that good game against Lehigh the other night. Knocked down a couple big threes.
First free throw from Lester is a little strong, no good. Again, Ridgeview up 2-0 with 6:42 left in the first quarter. Lester's second free throw rattles around. It won't go. Atkins gets the rebound. Throws a sloppy pass. Landon Elkins intercepts it. Passes to Damon Lester to Jordan Bishop. Long 2. It's short. Atkins rebounds once more. Pass to Brown. Now Quinn with it, and he'll bring it down the floor for Ridgeview. Guarded by Damon Lester. Drives to his right. Stops. He's picked up by Brody Allison now. And a behind-the-back dribble move falls out of bounds. So that'll be another turnover for Ridgeview, and it'll be the Warriors' ball. Elijah Hayes inbounds to Landon Elkins. Gets the instructions from Coach McCamus and heads across half court. Passes to Lester. Allison with it now in the left corner. Cross court pass to Elkins. He drives in. It's no good. Rebound by Brody Counts, excuse me. And he hands off to Gabe Counts. Brings it down the floor for the Wolfpack. Brown with it now. Drives baseline. Stops. They're going to call a jump ball as Jordan Bishop grabbed the hold and didn't let go. And it'll be Central possession.
A lot of different pace than what we're used to seeing. Also, we're over 2 minutes into this contest. It's just a 2-0 ball game. Central not able to get out and run here so far in the first couple of minutes.
Well, Central not looking to push it at all. Just slow going, simple passes as Elkins passes to Lester. Finds Bishop, drives baseline, pulls up. No good. Hayes gets the rebound. Pass out to Elkins. Lester with it now. Pass back to Elkins. Pass to Brody Allison now. Back to Lester. Into Hayes on the block. He turns and pulls up. That one rolls out. Counts gets the rebound. Pass ahead to Gabe Counts. Dribbling down the court. Spin move inside. Put up a layup. It was no good, but he was fouled on his way up. And I believe they're going to call that on Landon Elkins. That'll be the first team foul for Central. And Gabe Counts will head to the line.
It looks like Coach McCamus has seen enough. We're almost 3 minutes into this first quarter, and the Warriors are yet to score. And he sends in some substitutions here for the Warriors.
Bounce at the free throw line. His first shot is up and good. Makes it 3-0 Wolfpack as Ben Stallard, Lance Colley, Bryson Collins, and Tyler Vanover come in. And Jordan Bishop, Damon Lester, Brody Allison, and Landon Elkins will take a seat. Gabe Counts at the line. His second attempt is up. Hit 2 falls. So it's 4-0 Ridgeview as Elijah Hayes pressing now. Finds Tyler Vanover. He steps right into a 3. It's no good. Brown with the rebound in the open floor. And they're going to call a foul. Hayes hit the deck hard. But they get him for a blocking foul. So that'll send number 32. It's Gabe Brown. He'll head to the free throw line as the Wolfpack are up 4-0 with 4:53 left in the first. His first shot is up and good. Makes it 5-0 Wolfpack lead. Second shot. It falls as well. Makes it 6-0 Wolfpack lead as Hayes gets the ball and Collins on the inbound. Crosses half court. Passes to Ben Stallard out to Tyler Vanover on the right wing. Into Collins on the low block. Back out to Stallard. Hayes with it now. Back to Collins at the elbow. Stallard with it. Vanover with it. And his pass back to Ben Stallard intercepted. And on the other end, that'd be number 3, Gabe Counts on the fast break. Lays it in. 8-0. Ridgeview lead. Hayes with it. Passes to Vanover. Back to Hayes. Back to Ben Stallard. Inside, Bryson Collins. He puts up a shot. May have been tipped, but didn't hit anything. Ridgeview headed the other way now. Gabe Counts with it. His pass ahead to O'Quinn is tipped. Hayes comes away with the steal, passes to Lance Colley. Colley stops and passes to Stallard. Cross-court pass to Vanover. And they're going to say he traveled. So that's 2 traveling calls early on here for Central. And it looks like Ben Brickey's going to come in for Ben Stallard.
Austin Wolfpack just playing a simple 2-3 defense, and right now the Central Warriors unable to crack it. Just settling for passes around the perimeter, some unnecessary turnovers, and when they do get the ball inside, just not executing on the shots.
Gabe Counts drives right into the lane, and they're going to call him on a charge. Ran into Bryson Collins. Collins hits the deck. Be a turnover, Central ball. Once again, the score is 8-0. Ridgeview lead with 3:52 left in the first quarter as Hayes will bring it across half court for Central. Passes out to Ben Brickey on the left wing. To Vanover to Hayes. Back to Brickey. Vanover with it once more. Brickey with it to Hayes. Just passing it around the outer perimeter. Inside, Bryson Collins lays it up and in for 2. Finally, the Warriors on the board. Score 8-2 now. Wolfpack still lead as Gabe Counts hustles down the floor. His pass intercepted by Hayes, and on the other end, another travel. That time on Elijah Hayes as he was driving to the basket. Simple mistakes early on by the Warriors, but it's prohibiting them from scoring.
Yeah, Central switching up defenses too, looking to go a little full court man, trying to speed Ridgeview up and speed the game up. Worked right there on the turnover, but then Elijah Hayes comes down and turns the ball over.
O'Quinn with it. He's at the top of the key. Passes to Brown. Brown passes inside. That was up and good. That was Brody Counts. And on the other end, another steal for Ridgeview as O'Quinn's with it now. He's at the top of the key. Score 10-2 now, Ridgeview. Passes out to Gabe Counts. Back to O'Quinn. Back to Gabe Counts. To Brown. Counts with it once more. He's guarded by Lance Colley. 2:28 left to play here in this first period.
Ridgeview looks pretty content just to hold the ball out here and settle for what they can get. In no big hurry, again, just milking the clock with this 8-point lead here in the first quarter.
O'Quinn with it, just dribbling around, no incentive whatsoever. A cross-court pass tipped. They're going to say Hayes stepped out of bounds. Substitution now for Ridgeview. Looks like Adkins will take a seat as number 13, Austin Mullins, enters the game. Looks like Ben Stallard will come in for Lance Colley for the Warriors. There's O'Quinn with it now. He's guarded by Ben Brickey. speeding it up here a little bit. O'Quinn still dribbling around. Pass out to Brown. It's Gabe Counts for a three, no good. Ben Stowler gets the rebound to Elijah Hayes, ahead to Tyler Vanover. Stops, shoots, scores. That was a three there by Tyler Vanover, makes it 10-5. Ridgeview still in the lead as Gabe Counts passes out to O'Quinn. He'll pull a three of his own. Hit the net and only the net. They're going to say it's out of bounds, but it'll still be Ridgeview ball.
That's the kind of possession that Coach McCamus wants to see his defense play. One where they speed up the Wolfpack, they settle for a quick jumper. In that case, it was an air ball, but unfortunately for Coach McCamus, his team could not come down to rebound, so it stays with Ridgeview.
Long inbound to O'Quinn as Ben Brickey picks him up. He's at the top of the key. It's pass to Brody. Counts. He'll pass back out to O'Quinn. Drives in, puts up a shot off the side of the glass. Elijah Hayes comes down with it. In the fast break, Collins on the other end. Lays it up and in. That's another two-pointer from Bryson Collins. Makes it 10-7. Ridgeview still leading. O'Quinn hustling down the court now for Ridgeview. Pass out to Brown. Hit the side of the backboard. Then Brody Counts tried to put one up and in, and it wouldn't go. They're going to say out of bounds. It'll be Central ball. Another substitution here for the Wolfpack. Looks like
Number 4.
Gabe Counts will take a seat as Timmy Hess enters the game. Elijah Hayes bringing it down the court for the Warriors with under a minute now, about 50 seconds left on the clock. Ben Brickey with it. Pass back to Hayes. Hayes back to Brickey. Brickey finds Ben Stoward at the elbow. Back to Hayes, who will pull a three. Didn't hit anything. And Brown gets the rebound. Lost his dribble. Out of bounds, and they're going to say it'll be Warrior ball. Adkins will check back in as Brody Counts will take a seat for the Wolfpack. Now number 2 comes in. That'll be Nick Phillips. And it looks like O'Quinn will take a seat. Collins receives the inbound pass from Hayes. He gives it right back to Hayes. Hayes out to Brickey. To Vanover, passing it around the top of the arc. Brickey with it once more, back to Vanover. Then Stowler with it, right corner. Back to Brickey, back to Vanover, who just decides to pull a three and hits it. Makes it a tie game, 10-10, with 8 seconds left to play as Brown with it. Crosses half court, 4 seconds. Stolen by Ben Stallard. Pass ahead to Vanover. Puts it up. He beat the buzzer, but was not able to get it to fall. And so after 1 quarter of play, the score is tied, 10-10.
Well, Austin, it wasn't exactly an explosive offense. Neither team was shooting the lights out, but I'm pretty sure the lights just flickered on that layup attempt. About the time he went to shoot that layup, the lights actually flickered off and then came back on. I think it actually happened twice, but so far we seem to be okay.
And it looks like maybe a bulb or two blew because it looks to be a little bit darker in here than it was moments ago.
Yeah, there's actually a whole row of lights right above the Warriors basket that are now out. And you look on the far side, and the 2 bulbs right above Ridgeview's basket are out. So we've got about 6 bulbs, as you said, that are now burnt out when those lights flicker.
Well, after that first quarter, I mean, the Warriors, it took them forever to get a shot to fall. And like you said, they weren't really explosive, but they had a couple threes fall. And, Ridgeview, that they went on the run there to start the game, but wasn't able to continue to score. And the Warriors tied up here after 1, 10-10.
Yeah, that game started, that first quarter looked a lot like the first quarter against Lee the other night. Lee jumped out early, actually led 18-13 after the first quarter. And then Central in that second quarter really kind of put the hammer down the second quarter and was able to stretch a lead going into the half. So let's see what Central can do here in the second quarter tonight against Ridgeview. The Warriors have Elijah Hayes, Tyler Vanover, Ben Stallard, Bryson Collins, and Landon Elkins out here to start the second quarter. For Ridgeview, number 3, that's Gabe Counts. He'll handle the basketball. He's immediately going to be trapped across half court. Elijah Hayes deflects the pass. And on the loose ball, we're going to have a foul called on Tyler Vanover for the Warriors. Oh, correction, we're actually going to call it on, I believe that was number 3, Gabe Counts for Ridgeview. I thought the foul was on Vanover, but said it goes the other way, so to stay with the Warriors. Landon Elkins with the ball. He passes it over to Ben Stowler, who skips it to Elijah Hayes. Here comes the lob inside to Hayes. Ridgeview knew it was coming. Central with the set lob play right there on the zone. They tried to throw it right there. Ridgeview knew it was coming, deflects it out of bounds. Ball will stay with Central. Tyler Vanover lobs it up to Elijah Hayes on the inbounds. Hayes knocks in the 2 from the middle of the lane. Central takes its first lead, 12-10, with 7:36 in the first half. Gabe Counts dribbles it slowly. The Warriors now in a half-court trap. Ball goes to Atkins at the free throw line. His pass is nearly deflected, or actually is deflected by Elijah Hayes. It sails out of bounds. Ball will stay with Ridgeview.
Well, the Warriors definitely stepping their game up here defensively, playing a lot better, and also looking to come alive here on offense.
Ball's now in the hands of Gabe Counts out around the volleyball line. He penetrates to his right. He'll be met by Landon Elkins. He tries to dribble it back out, and after a stutter step, takes it back to the basket. They're going to call a foul on Landon Elkins. That's going to send number 3, Gabe Counts, to the free throw line. And the Warriors lead 12-10. We're just 43 seconds into the second period. First free throw attempt by Counts. It's good. Make it 12-11. Austin, we were sitting right underneath this scoreboard, and that buzzer is loud.
It is, and if it's busting your eardrums at home, we're incredibly sorry. We don't really have much control over that.
Counts steps back up to the line. Again, Warriors lead 12-11. His second free throw attempt hits nothing but net. It ties the game at 12. Bryson Collins inbounds to Elijah Hayes, who pushes it across half court. He skips it up to Jordan Bishop on the left wing. Back to Hayes, back over to Vanover, who will shoot a 3. It hits the back of the iron, no good. Bishop comes down with the rebound. Throws it back to Elijah Hayes, and there's another traveling call. I believe that's the 4th traveling call now on the Warriors here, and we're just 9 minutes into this contest. Ball goes back to Ridgeview. It's in the hands of number 3, Gabe Counts. He's being guarded lightly by Tyler Vanover. He finally crosses half court. Atkins with the ball at the free throw line, down low to Phillips. Phillips skips it over the right wing. There's a 3-pointer. It's good. Tyler O'Quinn gives Ridgeview a 15-12 lead. Hayes' skip-up pass is nearly intercepted, but Vanover comes away with it. Ball is now on the right wing in the hands of Jordan Bishop. Back to Tyler Vanover. He drives to his left. He hits a pull-up jumper. It's the front of the rim. No good. Bryson Collins gets the offensive rebound, puts it back in, and trims the Ridgeview lead down to just 1. Counts now with it. Dribbles across half court. He splits the trap. Throws it inside to Phillips. Phillips throws it over to the right block. Again, that's Counts. Counts is going to be fouled on a shot attempt. That will send him back to the free throw line.
I believe they're going to call that on Elijah Hayes. I mean, it looked like to me that he got all ball there on that block attempt, but the ref's seen otherwise, so that'll send Counts to the line.
Yep, foul will be called on Hayes. Again, the scoreboards here not exactly updating the foul count, at least on the individual foul, so we have a tough time keeping track. First free throw attempt by Counts is good. We have some substitutions now coming in here for Ridgeview. Number 32, Gabe Brown, now into the game. Ridgeview leads 16-14. Gabe Counts toes the line. His next attempt is also good. Ridgeview now leads by 3. Hayes pushes it up, skips it up to Tyler Vanover on the left wing. He gives it back to Hayes, who skips it over to Bishop on the right wing. Bishop now throws the ball into the post to Bryson Collins. He tries to force it in to Ben Stowler, and it's going to be deflected and stolen. Back comes Ridgeview. Gabe Counts pushes it across half court. He skips it over to O'Quinn. O'Quinn penetrates in. Pull-up jumper is no good. Rebounded by Hayes. Warriors now pushing it back across half court. Hayes to Vanover. Vanover back to Hayes, who skips it over to Bishop now in the left corner. Bishop dribbles, skips it back up to the volleyball line to Hayes. A no-look pass in the Bryson Collins. His right-handed baby hook is no good, but he's going to be called for a foul. The foul is going to be called on number 1, Trenton Adkins for Ridgeview. That will send Bryson Collins to the free throw line.
Well, Bryson Collins having a pretty good game so far. He's grabbed quite a few rebounds as well as put a few back in. And he heads to the line and hits his first.
First shot hits nothing but net as we have some substitutions coming in for Central. Looks like Damon Lester is now in. Brody Allison and Trey Mullins checks in. Ben Stowler, Elijah Hayes, and Jordan Bishop will get a breather. Again, 17-15. We have 5:39 left here in the first half. Bryson Collins' second free throw attempt hits the back of the rim, no good. It's rebounded by Brown. Brown gives it to O'Quinn, who would dribble it across half court for the Wolfpack. O'Quinn throws it over to Timmy Hess, who drives baseline. He tries to throw a skip pass. It'll be deflected by Trey Mullins and sails out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Wolfpack as they will set the inbound in front of the Warriors bench. Counts has it at the volleyball line on the left-hand side. He dribbles to the right. Warriors in a 2-3 zone. He skips it out to Brown, who takes a deep three. He hits the side of the iron and no good. Rebounded by Brody Allison. He tries to skip it up to Tyler Vanover and sails into the Ridgeview Wolfpack bench. At the turnover, ball goes back to Ridgeview.
Well, Brody Allison just trying to make the play up court there. Maybe a little bit of a aggressive pass. Put a little bit too much on it. Sailed over Vanover's head.
And right now the Warriors making some unforced errors right now. They're hurting them on the offensive side. Ridgeview's next possession is deflected and stolen by Bryson Collins, who now looks to dribble down the court. Ball will be tipped out of bounds by Nick Phillips. Probably not the best point guard on the team with Bryson Collins trying to dribble it down. Damon Lester now has it. That's more of a traditional point guard. He skips it over to Tyler Vanover, back to Lester. He dribbles over the right wing, surveys the defense, picks up his dribble, gives it back to Vanover. Vanover waits for the screen from Collins and then skips it back over to Lester, who's going to be called for a double dribble. Another unforced turnover by the Warriors on offense.
Well, the Warriors are playing pretty good defense right now at Ridgeview, but it seems like every time they come down the other end, they're committing a turnover of their own.
Gabe Counts with it. He crosses half court. Is now going to be content to stand at the volleyball line, and instead, Ridgeview will call a timeout. So with 4:32 left, Austin, here in the first half, it's Ridgeview 17, Central 15. As you said, Central's defense not doing a bad job holding Ridgeview to just 17 points. But on the offensive side right now, Central with very little continuity, a lot of traveling calls, a double dribble on the last possession. All of those turnovers really unforced errors. So far in the second period, Central just 5 points.
Well, I think some of it may be the Warriors coming into this game the favorite, and they may be lacking a little bit of focus. And like you mentioned, maybe the practice yesterday didn't go so well. Some of the players may be a little bit disgruntled. Whatever the reasoning is behind these simple turnovers, they need to figure it out and try to hold on to the ball a little bit better.
Atkins has it at the free throw line. He hands it off to Counts. Counts dribbles in the left corner. He still dribbles it around. He finally kicks it back out to Phillips. Phillips skips it over to O'Quinn, who gives it to Brown now at the top of the key, being guarded by Allison. Ball goes back over to O'Quinn, being guarded closely by Vanover. O'Quinn penetrates, kicks it back out to Brown. Brown gives it back to O'Quinn, who once again dribbles it back out, and Ridgeview will reset. Ball now in the hands of Gabe Counts, being guarded by Damon Lester out at the volleyball line. He penetrates into the right, goes into the lane. He loses control of it. O'Quinn comes up with it, shoots the layup. It's an air ball. Atkins comes down with the rebound. He gives it out to Phillips. Phillips' pass goes to Counts. He shoots the shot in the lane. It's good. Ridgeview leads 19-15. Lester pushes it across half court, skips it up to Tyler Vanover. Ridgeview still in the 2-3 zone that's been giving Central fits all first half. Trey Mullins with it in the lane. His hook shot comes up short, rebounded by Atkins. Ridgeview will now walk it back up in the hands of Gabe Counts. And Ridgeview not pushing the issue here this evening. He skips it up to O'Quinn on the right-hand wing. He penetrates, and we're going to get a moving screen. That's going to be called on number 2, Nick Phillips. Also, I don't know if that was a screen or a good tackle that he just performed right there on Tyler Vanover. That screen took Vanover to the floor, and they're going to call him for it. It's going to be an offensive foul. Ball goes back to the Warriors.
Like a substitution now for the Wolfpack is looks like number 2. That'll be Phillips will take a seat as Brody Counts will enter the game for the Wolfpack.
And for the Warriors, Jordan Bishop checks in, and looks like Ben Brickey didn't quite get to the scores table in time. He'll have to sit at the scores table. Lester has it. He skips over to Brody Allison just shy of the volleyball line. He goes inside to Bryson Collins, out to Vanover. Bishop now with it in the short corner, skips it up to Allison at the top of the key. His three-point attempt hits nothing but net. That trims the Wolfpack lead down to 1 with 2:46 left in the first half. Brown now with it, barely across half court. He skips it up to Counts. He penetrates in. The right-handed layup is good. Ridgeview back up 21-18. Here comes Lester. He crosses half court, skips it up to Brody Allison on the right wing. Allison surveys the defense, kicks it back to Lester. Lester back to Allison, back to the short corner. That was passed into Jordan Bishop, who finds a posted up Bryson Collins. Collins goes up, makes the layup, and he'll be fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line for the end one and a chance to tie it for Central.
That's a great move there by Bryson Collins. Posted his guy up, had the guy on it behind him there, and Bryson facing the basket. Got the pass from Bishop and laid it in through the contact as well.
And Bryson Collins having a pretty good first half here so far for the Warriors. His free throw is good, and with 2:20 to go, we're back tied at 21 each. Ball goes into O'Quinn. He's being guarded by Lester. O'Quinn breaks the half-court line again. Lester now playing good hard man-to-man defense. O'Quinn still has it out past the volleyball line. He dribbles to his right. They're going to call Lester for a hand check foul. That's going to be the Warriors' 5th team foul, so we're still 2 fouls shy of the bonus. Ridgeview set the inbound. That's Gabe Brown with it. He's looking for someone to throw it into. Finally gets it into O'Quinn near the right corner. O'Quinn with some dribbles, not going really anywhere with it. Finally skips it up to Counts. Counts drives to his right. He's hounded by Ben Bricky. We have a loose ball situation, and a timeout will be issued to the Ridgeview Wolfpack, much to the displeasure of Coach McAmis. He wanted a traveling call. I think some other people wanted a jump ball, but instead the referees will give a timeout to Ridgeview. That will be their second timeout, leaving them with just 3 with 1:54 left here in the first half, and the score tied at 21.
Well, the score may be tied, but if you were here watching the game, you would think the Warriors would be up by a lot more, be up, period. You know, that they would have a pretty sizable lead here, but as we've mentioned, the simple turnovers have gotten to them and restricted their production on offense, and the Wolfpack, you know, putting up a shot every now and then that falls, but overall, the Warriors should be up by at least 5, maybe even 10 at this point.
Yeah, this is one of those games you'll get on paper. You know, Central probably comes in as a favorite. But when you make some unforced errors like the Central Warriors have, again, numerous traveling calls. And again, the traveling calls, you know, it's one thing to have a traveling call. A lot of these have just been, again, unforced. Nobody's really guarding anyone. They just shuffle their feet, or they've caught the ball looking to drive, and they take too many steps before they put the ball on the floor. And then we've seen a couple of double dribbles. Again, just unforced errors right now by the Warriors, preventing them from taking the lead or even stretching out the lead. Ridgeview will be set to inbound underneath their own basket. It's number 5, Tyler O'Quinn, looking to inbound as the Warriors will play a 2-3 zone on this inbounds. O'Quinn lobs it up to Brown out beyond the top of the key, who now dribbles out to the volleyball line, and the Warriors will stay in a 2-3 zone. Ball skips over to Counts, who skips it back across court to O'Quinn. O'Quinn keeps it out beyond the volleyball line as we're now down to 1:40 left in the half. Ball goes over to Brody Counts, who gives it back to O'Quinn, who drives in, shoots a jump shot at the free throw line. He misses it, gets his own rebound, misses it again, gets his own rebound, and the third time's a charm as the shot finally goes in. That gives Ridgeview the 2-point 23-21 lead. Ball in the hands of Ben Bricky. He tries to dump it inside. His pass will be stolen. Back comes Gabe Counts. He pulls up, tries to shoot a shot. He's going to be fouled. I believe the foul will be called on number 24. That's correct. Foul's going to be on number 24, Damile Lester, which will send number 3, Gabe Counts, back to the free throw line. Again, Austin just a little sloppy on the offensive side. Unforced turnovers really killing the Warriors so far. First free throw by Counts is good. Ridgeview now leads 24-21 with 1:14 left. Coach McAmis sends Brody Allison into the game, and here comes Trey Mullins. Allison takes the place of Lester. He'll get a breather. Trey Mullins in to replace Bryson Collins. Second free throw attempt by Gabe Counts. Hits nothing but net, and he's looking pretty smooth at the free throw line. He gives Ridgeview a 4-point lead. Brody Allison with it, gives it back to Tyler Vanover. He'll hit a pull-up jump shot from the free throw line. That's no good. Rebounded by Trey Mullins. He pump fakes, and on his second attempt, he will be fouled. Trey Mullins will go to the free throw line as they're going to call the foul on number 1, Trenton Adkins. That's going to be Ridgeview's 8th team foul, I believe, or excuse me, 7th team foul here in the first half. Trey, I'm sorry.
I was going to say that'll put the Warriors in the bonus here with just over a minute left to play here in this first half.
Mullins' free throw attempt hits the back of the iron and is no good. He gets the ball back from the official. He toes the line. His second free throw attempt also hits the back of the iron, no good. And on the rebound attempt, we're going to have a foul called on Ben Bricky, a push in the back. That's going to be the Warriors. I believe that's their 7th team foul. That's going to send Ridgeview to the line. So we had 2 team fouls with no time ran off the clock. And going to the free throw line for Ridgeview is going to be number 23, Joey Yates. First time we've called Yates' name tonight for the Wolfpack. Yates gets the ball. He toes the line, takes a few dribbles. The first of 1-on-1 hits nothing but net. So far, again, Central Warriors, unforced turnovers. Ridgeview knocking down their free throws, which is the main reason why the Wolfpack have a 5-point lead. Yates steps back up to the line. His second attempt will hit the side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Trey Mullins. Ball now in the hands of Tyler Vanover, who pushes it up the right wing. He picks up his dribble. The Warriors swing it around to Brody Allison. Brody forces it into Ben Styler. Now we got a 3 by Allison. It's long and no good. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds off the hands of I believe, a Wolfpack player. It will stay with the Warriors. Little tough angle to see who exactly that was tipped off of, Austin. We're up here in the upper deck. Not a great angle here at the Warriors basket. But it will be Warriors basketball as Ben Bricky is set to inbounds for the Warriors. Bricky now with it, looking for someone to inbound it to. He finally throws it to Brody Allison. It's going to be picked off by Counts. He goes back the other way, and he took too many steps on the layup attempt, and he'll be called for the traveling. And that was number 34, Brody Counts, on the steal and breakaway, but he gives it right back. We're under 45 seconds left in the half. Coach McCamus now has Tyler Vanover manning the point guard as the clock ticks under 40. Ben Bricky with the ball. He skips it back over to Vanover, looks into the post. He gets it inside to Ben Styler. Ben Styler skips it out to Bricky, who takes a 3. It comes up short, no good. Tyler Vanover soars in trying to get the rebound, but deflects it out of bounds. Ridgeview Wolfpack ball with 25.1 seconds in the half. Gabe Counts looks to inbound as the Warriors now pick up in a full-court press. He gets it into, that was Brown, who gives it back to Counts. Skips it up ahead to Counts, back over to Brown. Brown penetrates, skips it back out to Brody Counts, who gives it to O'Quinn. O'Quinn now dribbles out. We're under 10 seconds. Brody Counts with the ball. He gives it over to Gabe Counts. We're down to 3 seconds. He penetrates in. And we are going to call a palm and carrying violation with 1.3 seconds. So exactly what has plagued the Warriors in the first half has plagued the Wolfpack on these last 2 possessions. 2 turnovers, unforced turnovers, gives the ball back to the Warriors with 1 second left in the half. Ben Bricky inbounds the ball to Tyler Vanover. He tries to heave a full-court shot. It's going to be rejected by number 32, Gabe Brown. And with that horn, Austin, we go into the half with the Ridgeview Wolfpack leading the Central Warriors 26-21. And all I have to say, Austin, is I'm glad I'm not in this Central Warriors locker room right now at halftime.
Well, I mean, Coach McCamus does have a reason to be a little bit upset. A lot of turnovers where nobody was near the player, either just stepped out of bounds, lost control of the ball, traveled, double dribble, things of that nature. And the defense on the other end, it just seems like they're not quite as focused as they need to be, and they're giving up a lot of easy points and also committing a lot of turnovers.
We talked about it the other night. On any given night, if a team's not ready to play, you can be, a team can sneak up and beat you. We saw that with the John Battle Gate City game there on Friday night. John Battle was able to compete there with Gate City and nearly knocked them off. Gate City came out with that one victoriously. High hung with the Central Warriors for a few quarters the other night. And now here we are at halftime with Ridgeview up 26-21.
Well, it looks like we got about 9 minutes here until the second half gets underway. We'll try to get some stats, and we'll be back shortly. right, we're back here at Ridgeview High School. Got about 2 minutes, 45 seconds before the second half gets underway of the varsity boys game. Current score, Ridgeview Wolfpack is up 26 over the Central Warriors, who have 21. I'm Austin Urey, joined by Chris Wilson, who has some stats from the first half.
All right, for the Warriors here for the first half, leading the way for the Warriors was Bryson Collins. As I mentioned there, it looked like he was having a pretty good first half. He has put up 10 points for the Warriors, getting 10 of the 21 points coming from Bryson Collins inside. Tyler Vanover's next in line with 6 points, 2 threes, both of those coming in the first period. After that, Brody Allison has chipped in 3, and Elijah Hayes so far has been held to just 2. Elijah Hayes coming in as one of the leading scorers for the Warriors. He's been held in check to this point with just 2 points. And Bryson Collins with 10, Tyler Vanover with 6, Brody Allison with 3, and Elijah Hayes with 2. Another quick thing to note, the Warriors have gone to the free throw line 7 times, and they're just 2 for 7. You can throw in the unforced errors and turnovers there, mixed in with a 2 for 7 from the free throw line start. One of the main reasons why the Warriors trail by 5. Another reason why the Warriors trail by 5 has been Gabe Counts for Ridgeview. He's been lighting up the scoreboard so far for the Wolfpack. He has 14 points in the first half. He alone has gone 8 for 8 from the free throw line. He's chipped in 3 field goals. So, again, he has 14 points, mainly off the 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Tyler O'Quinn is next in line. He has 7 points. He knocked down a 3 and then hit a couple with 2s. Also chipping in for the Wolfpack has been Brody Counts with 2, Gabe Brown with 2, and Joey Yates with 1. Again, one of the key differences, again, is those unforced turnovers by the Warriors. And right now, Ridgeview is lighting it up from the free throw line. They are a combined 11 for 12 in the first half from the charity stripe, while the Warriors are just 2 for 7 from the free throw line.
Well, I mean, you look at those missed free throws. If they let's say they went 7 for 7 from the line, it's a tie basketball game. You know, and then he takes away some of the turnovers, and the Warriors are up. I think that during halftime, Coach McCamus probably told his team to calm down a little bit, to try and focus and try to play some good team ball here as the third quarter is about to get underway.
A couple other quick notes here. Elijah Hayes, Landon Elkins, and Damon Lester each with 2 personal fouls. Didn't see a whole lot of Landon Elkins there in that first half, perhaps because of the 2 personal fouls. For Ridgeview, Trenton Atkins and Gabe Counts both had 2 personal fouls in the first half as we're set to resume.
Landon Elkins with the ball now. He'll pass out to Elijah Hayes, who passes to Tyler Vanover inside to Collins. His shot, no good. Rebound by Atkins. Pass ahead to Gabe Counts, and he'll bring it across half court for Ridgeview. Counts will drive to his right. He passes out to Brody Counts. Passes to Atkins, now to O'Quinn. O'Quinn with it, guarded closely by Elkins. And as Landon Elkins went to get the steal, they're going to call him for reaching in.
He got a little too aggressive right there. Next, he got on the back of his man. That's going to be Elkins' 3rd foul here, and we're just 27 seconds into the second half.
Gabe Counts receives the inbound pass. He's going to dribble to his right. He'll pass off to O'Quinn. He's guarded by Landon Elkins. O'Quinn drives in, falls to the ground, passes to his teammate. It's Gabe Counts. Counts in a pickle, puts up a shot, no good. Collins gets the rebound. Passes to Elkins, Warriors going the other way. Pass ahead to Elijah Hayes is broken up by Brody Counts. And on the other end, he lays it up and in. Makes it 28-21, Ridgeview lead.
Another unforced turnover right there by the Warriors.
Landon Elkins with the ball at the top of the key. Passes to Hayes on the left side. Ben Stallard with it now inside. Kicks out to Landon Elkins. Right back to Stallard. And his shot will not go. Rebound by Atkins. Ridgeview heads the other way as Gabe Counts is with the ball now. Counts drives to his right. He passes. It's number 32, Brown. O'Quinn receives the pass. Dribbles back towards the top of the key. Passes to Brown, and they're going to call Brown for a travel. It'll be a turnover, Warriors ball. Looks like Brody Allison will come in for Landon Elkins.
Yeah, Landon Elkins will take a seat with that 3rd foul. Again, you go back to that last possession. Ben Stallard with a very easy shot. Play wasn't but a 3 or 4 footer and left it up short.
Brody Allison has the ball now at the top of the key for the Warriors. Passes to Ben Stallard, right back to Allison. Vanover with it now. Once again to Allison, back to Stallard. Cross-court pass from Stallard to Vanover, back to Allison. Inside Elijah Hayes. Shot no good. Adkins gets the rebound for the Wolfpack. Pass to O'Quinn. They're headed the other way. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter as Brown is with it, guarded closely by Hayes. Brown's pass broken up. Falls on the floor. O'Quinn retrieves it, puts up a three. That one won't go. And Tyler Vanover got the rebound but stepped out of bounds. Another turnover for the Warriors. It'll be Ridgeview ball.
It's very sloppy, undisciplined play right now by the Warriors, not executing when they have a chance. And then just, again, unforced errors all night long.
Adkins receives the inbound. He's going to pass it to Gabe Counts. Out to O'Quinn. He'll take a three. And it falls. Makes it 31-21. Ridgeview opens up a 10-point lead now as Vanover's with it on the other end. Pass to Hayes. And that pass picked off. Gabe Counts on the other end. And a hard foul. They're going to say it's on Brody Allison. Like Elijah Hayes was in there too, but Allison will receive the foul. And that'll send Gabe Counts to the line.
Yeah, Coach McAmis has seen enough. He wants a timeout.
As you mentioned, just sloppy play by the Warriors. I mean, an easy rebound there by Vanover, steps out of bounds. An easy, maybe 2-3 foot pass to a teammate that's intercepted. The Warriors definitely need to try to clean it up here. And hopefully Coach McAmis can tell them what they need to do so.
Yeah, it looks like they've corrected the scoreboard now. So it's 30-21. So Ridgeview will lead by 9. It did say 31-21. So perhaps that last three was ruled a 2 for the Wolfpack. You know, I can't speculate also. I don't know what's going on at practice or in the huddles or anything like that. But, you know, a big win against Lee Friday night. You come in the night against an inferior opponent. And on Friday night, you know, big rivalry game in county game against Union. You know, I guess the term for this is a trap game. Yeah. You know, looking ahead to Union, it's always a heated rivalry, Central and Union. You got that rivalry game coming up on Friday night. You've got an inferior opponent. This is a classic trap game. Warriors not exactly ready to play, and they're going to have to wake up if they're going to leave here with a victory.
Gabe Counts at the line. The Wolfpack. First shot is up. He remains perfect. I believe he's 9 from 9 now in the line. Puts the Wolfpack up 10 now. 31-21. Jordan Bishop will come in for Brody Allison.
9 for 9 and 17 points now for Counts.
Receives the pass from the ref. Second shot is up and also good. Pure perfection from the line there from Gabe Counts. Vanover on the other end with it now. For the Warriors, passes to Hayes. Hayes back to Vanover. Hayes drives to his right, finds Jordan Bishop. On the low block, we got Bryson Collins. Spin move, puts it in. Good move there from Bryson Collins. Makes it 32-23. Wolfpack still leading.
That gives Collins 12 tonight. He's the leading scorer for the Warriors as they'll pick up in the press.
O'Quinn passes to Brown, who passes ahead to Gabe Counts. And they're going to call a charge on Counts. Collins, again, taking the contact. I believe that's the second charge call. Collins has received, giving the Warriors the ball once again.
I think the Ridgeview fans thought he slid in a little late. Head coach disagreeing with the referee, but fortunately for the Warriors, it'll be called a charge and gives the Warriors the basketball.
Hayes with the ball now for Central. He passes to Jordan Bishop. Bishop pass to Vanover was tipped by Gabe Counts. Vanover passes to Hayes into Collins. And Collins puts it in. What a move. They're going to call a block and foul on Atkins, so Collins will get an and one opportunity.
Yeah, Collins with a nice spin move inside. Atkins tried to flop and get the charge called back the other way. Referee didn't bite. Collins converts the baby hook inside. Will now go to the line and try to complete the and one.
Collins shot up and good. That three-point play makes the score 32-26. Ridgeview still leading.
Bryson Collins now with 16 points for the Warriors.
Counts passes ahead to O'Quinn. He's trapped. And they're going to call a foul on Jordan Bishop.
Bishop got a little aggressive right there. Had really good defense position. Just sort of bumped him out of bounds. And they're going to call him for the foul.
It's the third team foul for the Warriors here. as Counts receives the inbound pass. O'Quinn thought about a step back three. May have traveled. Ref didn't call it. Counts with it. Guarded closely by Vanover. Counts drives in. Trying to put the moves on Vanover. Unsuccessful. Pass to Brown. Brown passes back to Gabe Counts. He's going to pull a long two, and they're going to call a foul.
Coming on Elijah Hayes, caught him in the head on the trying to block the jump shot attempt. We'll send Counts back to the free throw line.
This will be his 11th and 12th attempt from the line. Unreal that he's went that many times. That'll be the third foul on Elijah Hayes. And he remains perfect. 11 from 11 from the line. Makes it 33-26 now.
Key thing to watch for the Warriors now, Elijah Hayes and Landon Elkins, both with 3 fouls, and we're just halfway through this third period.
Brody Counts will take a seat as number 4. Timmy Hess enters the game as Gabe Counts knocks down yet another free throw, 34-26 the score. Hayes with it on the other end, pass to Bishop. Inside to Collins. Out to Vanover, he'll take a 3. Comes up a little short. Bishop comes away with the rebound. His shot is up and good. Makes it 34-28. Ridgeview still with the lead as Gabe Counts will bring it across half court. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
They're going to call a foul on Ben Stowler instead. That's going to be the 15th foul now for the Warriors here. We're just barely past the halfway point of the period. They're going to switch the zone now.
Ridgeview with the ball. Counts passes to O'Quinn. Corner 3 from Timmy Hess would not go. They're going to say it's out of bounds. Warrior ball. Finally a break for Central. That one may have been out on a Warrior player, but they finally catch a break as Hayes will bring it across half court. Passes to Jordan Bishop. Tyler Vanover with it in the corner. In low, Bryson Collins. His shot won't go. Rebound, Timmy Hess. Now Gabe Counts bringing it the other way. Pass out to O'Quinn. He'll take a corner 3, and it's good. 37-28. The score now is Vanover on the other end. They call a blocking foul. I know that on Hess or O'Quinn.
That was on O'Quinn. The Warriors look to skip it up the floor like they usually do in their break offense. O'Quinn kind of slid up underneath Vanover. Did not allow Tyler to quite complete the catch, so they called a block on O'Quinn. Very easily could have been called a charge, as the Ridgeview fans thought it should have, but instead it'll be a block, so another play goes the Warriors' way, down 9.
Looks like timeout will be called here with 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Again, the Ridgeview Wolfpack up 37-28. The Warriors still playing a little bit sloppy. Unnecessary turnovers, and it's starting to catch up to them here.
Yeah, again, they went in the half down 5, and so far Ridgeview stretched that out. Ridgeview now up by 9. That timeout was called by the Warriors. So both teams now have 3 timeouts remaining. And as I mentioned, the Warriors in a little bit of a bind. I look out there now, Elijah Hayes has come off the court. Elijah Hayes and Landon Elkins both with 3 personal fouls. We still have over 10 minutes of this ball game left as Damon Lester checks in.
Lester will pass to Vanover. Vanover back to Lester. Lester gives it back to Vanover. Jordan Bishop receives the pass. Lester in the corner. The pass down low to Bryson Collins was intercepted by Gabe Counts. Pass ahead to O'Quinn. Layup won't go. Ben Stowler gets the rebound. Pass to Damon Lester. The Warriors running the floor now. Lester drives in. His floater, not even close. Out of bounds, Ridgeview ball.
And just sloppy play. Good job by Damon Lester to penetrate in, but then that ill-advised shot pulls up the mid-range jump shot. It hits nothing and sails out of bounds. Counts about the same as a turnover.
Ben Brickey will enter the game as Ben Stowler takes a seat. And Ridgeview will inbound the ball to Gabe Counts. Warriors here in a full-court press as Lester picks them up. Counts drives the other way into the lane, stops, pass out to O'Quinn. O'Quinn pass to Timmy Hess. Finds Counts, goes up, No good. Ball batted around, and Ridgeview comes away with it. That was O'Quinn on the rebound. Timmy Hess with it now. Back to O'Quinn. Out to Brown, a long three, and it goes. Another three from the Wolfpack makes it 40-28 Ridgeview lead. As Lester passes to Vanover on the other end. Lester with it now. Pass to Vanover. Pass to Jordan Bishop. Inside, Ben Brickey. This shot is blocked. They call a foul. So it looks like Brickey will get to go to the stripe.
Yeah, Warriors going to find somebody and get some offense from you. Tyler Vanover looking outside to shoot. And they're playing a pretty good job on that zone defense, keeping him from getting off an open look. He's been held scoreless ever since that first quarter. And Elijah Hayes, one of the other top two scorers for the Warriors, he's only scored 2 here tonight, has not yet scored in the second half. Most of the scoring has come from Bryson Collins. And, even getting the ball inside to him consistently has been a tough battle here for the Warriors.
Ben Brickey knocks down his first free throw, makes it 40-29. Second one falls as well. Makes it 40-30 as Brody Allison will come in. Damon Lester will take a seat. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. Wolfpack up by 10. O'Quinn with the ball, crosses half court. He's guarded by Ben Brickey. Drops to his right. Tried to stop on a dime, almost lost his dribble. People are on the floor. Ridgeview comes away with it. And that's Austin Mullins inside for another layup. Makes it 42-30. And it looks like
I think Ben Brickey's
on the floor.
It was a good hustle play right there by Brickey. Nearly had to steal, go for the loose ball. And I believe in doing so, he has, looks like I hate to speculate, but he might be grabbing at his arm or his shoulder. I know Brickey got hurt during football season. Not exactly sure. I think it was his leg, I believe I want to say that he hurt during football season. Does not look like he's grabbing at that, but more so his upper body. We'll have to just kind of wait and see what happens here.
Well, he's in a great deal of pain as the coaching staff attends to him. They're going to help him up. It looks like he may be holding his arm as he'll take a walk to the bench.
Yeah, with the way he dove for that loose ball, it's one of those plays where I think he kind of dove at it with his left arm. It looks like he's favoring his left arm. May have just gotten it pinned underneath another diving body by Ridgeview, and in doing so, we hope it's just nothing more than a sprain or something like that, and hope there's nothing, seriously injured with it, just an injury on a hustle play, but we'll have to wait and see kind of what happens there.
On the floor now for Central, we got Ben Stallard, Tyler Vanover, Jordan Bishop, Brody Allison, and Trey Mullins. Allison with it. He passes to Vanover, who pulls a three. Won't go. And once again, that's Gabe Counts doing almost everything, grabs the rebound as he brings it the other way. Counts still with it. Finds his way inside, passes out. O'Quinn takes a three, and it goes. Rolled around and in. Makes it 45-30. Wolfpack lead. Vanover passes to Allison. Allison double team. Pass to Ben Stallard. Was headed out of bounds, and then Timmy Hess tried to save it. Blast off Hess. It'll be Warrior ball.
Going back to that last three right there, getting everything Ridgeview shoots, that one rattled in and then fell. Everything the Warriors shoot rattles in and out.
Vanover inbounds to Allison. We got 26 seconds left in the third quarter. He passes back to Vanover. Back to Allison. Allison finds Vanover once more. Ben Stallard inside. His shot is up. Rattles around and in, but it looks like they're going to call.
They're going to call a blocking foul. Yeah, blocking foul on Gabe Brown. Again, another little flop attempt right there by Ridgeview, so Ben Stallard go to the line for the N1. Warriors need something. They need some type of spark here to finish this quarter, heading into the fourth quarter, again, trailing by 13 points.
Stallard's free throw hits the iron, no good. 45-32 the score here as Gabe Counts. The star of this game brings it across half court. This pass tipped by Allison. It'll remain Ridgeview ball. Brown set to inbound for Ridgeview. Got 4.3 seconds left here in the third quarter. Inbound to Counts. to call counts for a travel with 1.2 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they had the matchup they wanted. They had Trey Mullins guarding him. Again, Trey Mullins, the 5-guy, counts the speedier guard. Counts looked to take him off the dribble and just kind of lost his footing there and got called for the walk.
Looks like they'll go ahead and end the period. So after 3, Ridgeview Wolfpack up 13, score 45-32 as we head into the 4th.
Also, was I wrong? I thought there was 1 second left still on the clock.
That's what it looked like, and I didn't hear the buzzer sound, but the ref went over to the scores table, and we're ready to start the 4th quarter.
Maybe inadvertent horn. I've noticed the lights have come back on. We had some of those lights that went out earlier. They're all back on except for one. So some strange stuff going over here tonight, Austin. The Warriors trail by 13. They're going to need something big here in this 4th quarter if they're going to leave here with a win. It's going to take some high-intensity defense, some forced turnovers, and then some executing on the offensive side, or else it's going to be a long ride back home from Dickinson County.
Well, I mean, they're down 13. They can come back. It is possible. But like you said, they're going to have to play some really good defense, and they're going to have to really get focused on offense and try to get some easy baskets.
Looks like Coach McCamus will send out the typical starting 5. Got Bryson Collins, Elijah Hayes, Ben Stallard, Landon Elkins, and Tyler Vanover on the court. And Elijah Hayes and Landon Elkins both with 3 personal fouls as the 4th quarter is underway. Gabe Counts has it. He dribbles across half court, hits a back-cutting O'Quinn. His shot hits it, misses everything. Rebounded by Counts. Ball still in the hands of Ridgeview. Ball now in the hands of O'Quinn over on the left wing. He's being guarded by Landon Elkins. He dribbles it out and gives it to Gabe Counts. And he's been the man of the night, Gabe Counts. He penetrates into his right, pulls up over top of Ben Stallard. Shot's no good. Loose ball will be rebounded by Ridgeview. Atkins tries to kick it up and save it. And should have been an over and back call that we won't get. Instead, we are going to get a foul called. The foul is going to be called number 15, Landon Elkins. That's his 4th. Austin, it looked like it was a loose ball rebound. Atkins tried to save it, and when in doing so, he threw it across the half-court line. The officials are electing not to call that an over and back. I don't know if they said it was deflected or what, but instead, in all of the chaos and the loose ball, Landon Elkins will be called with his 4th personal foul, and it's going to be the Warriors' 6th team foul. Nonetheless, the ball stays with the Wolfpack and is in the hands of O'Quinn, who crosses half court. He penetrates into his right, slows it back out, and dribbles back to the volleyball line. He continues to dribble around on the right wing, dribbles into a trap now, and kicks it back out to Counts. Counts penetrates in, skips it over to Brown. Brown's 3-point attempt is no good, rebounded by Vanover. Sloppy pass by Vanover up to Hayes. Hayes with the pull-up jumper. It's strong and no good. Rebounded by Ridgeview. O'Quinn now with it, being pressured by Hayes. Skips it up to Brown in the corner. His 3 is no good. Long rebound will stay with the Wolfpack. O'Quinn penetrates in, being guarded by Elkins. Again, Elkins with 4 fouls. Shot by O'Quinn is no good. Loose ball is going to be rebounded by Brown. Skip to Counts. Counts drives. His layup is good. That gives the Wolfpack a 15-point lead. The up pass is stolen by Elijah Hayes, stolen by Counts. Vanover with a foul that won't be called. Stays in the hands of Counts. Counts penetrates in, dribbles it around, skips it over to Brown. His mid-range jumper is good. Warriors now trail by 17 with Landon Elkins now with it. He crosses half court, penetrates in, skips it to Vanover. He takes it one dribble, his 3-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Brody Counts, gives it to Gabe Counts, who dribbles it up slowly across half court, and we have a lazy foul that's now going to be called on Tyler Vanover. A very frustrated Tyler Vanover with the foul.
Well, it seems like everything Ridgeview puts up is seeming to fall right now, and it seems like the Warriors cannot get a shot to fall here.
Warriors look very tired. They're getting out-hustled. And Ridgeview with about at least 5 or 6 offensive rebounds already this 4th quarter. That's not what you can have when you're trailing by double digits. Free throw attempt by Counts. Austin, get this, is good. He remains perfect from the free throw line. I've lost count, but he's in 13 for 13 so far here in the game by Gabe Counts at the free throw line. And we jinxed him. He finally missed one. His free throw attempt is no good. Landon Elkins skips it up to Elijah Hayes. He penetrates in. His shot is blocked. Elijah Hayes comes away with it. Gives it to Bryson Collins. He tries to turn to his right and will be fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. In just a reset, it's kind of a little hectic here. We have 5:30 left in the game. It's Ridgeview 50, Central 32. The Wolfpack lead by 18. Bryson Collins steps up to the free throw line to shoot 2. His first attempt is no good. The theme continues. Ridgeview executing, Central turnovers, missed free throws, sloppy play, and it's costing the Warriors. Second free throw attempt is also no good. Rebounded by Atkins. He skips it up to, that's Counts, who skips it over to the other Counts. Shot hits the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Ben Stallard. Skipped ahead to Elijah Hayes, who pushes it up. He pulls a free throw jumper. It's good. Warriors now trail by 16. Ball inbounded to Brown. Brown gives it to Gabe Counts, who dribbles it across half court. Tyler Vanover guarding him strongly. Counts dribbles in. His layup hits the bottom of the iron, and we are going to have a charge call. The charge will be called on Gabe Counts. I think it was Ben Stallard who took the charge. That'll be the Warriors' third charge taken on the night. Looks like Coach McCamus will send in Jordan Bishop to replace Landon Elkins. And since it's an offensive foul, the Warriors will not go to the free throw line. Elijah Hayes now at the point. He has the ball. Warriors trailing by 16. He crosses half court. Again, Ridgeview in a 2-3 zone. Ball now in the hands of Jordan Bishop on the right wing. He gets it inside to Collins. Collins' hook shot is no good. Rebound will be deflected off the Warriors. It will be Wolfpack basketball. Warriors now picking up in a full court man-to-man defense. O'Quinn with it. He's being chased by Tyler Vanover as he crosses half court. He now pulls it back out. O'Quinn dribbles it around the right wing. Again, being guarded by Vanover. He continues to dribble. Again, Vanover still trying to guard him. He breaks the count. Back out. Here comes Elijah Hayes now at the trap. Bishop rotates up to cover Brown, who now has it. He dribbles it around. He kicks it out to number 2. That's Nick Phillips. Throws it back to Brown for the corner 3. It hits nothing but net. Warriors now down by 19. Tyler Vanover back the other way. Skips it to Bishop. His three-point attempt is long and no good. It's rebounded by Brody Counts. Back come the Wolfpack. Now O'Quinn with it. He skips it over to Brown. Brown pulls up the 3 from the wing. It hits iron, no good. Rebounded by Bryson Collins. Elijah Hayes with it. He tries to skip it ahead. It's picked off by O'Quinn. Saved in bounds to Nick Phillips. Brown now with it. Back comes Ridgeview. O'Quinn with it at the volleyball line, being guarded by Tyler Vanover. We're now down to 3:30. Also, I'm starting to see some of the Warrior faithful pack out of the gym, giving up on the Warriors, who now trail by 19 points with under 3.5 remaining. Brown skips it over to Counts. Counts, the shot is no good. Bishop with the rebound. Elijah Hayes pushes it up ahead. He pulls a 3 from the wing. It's good. Warriors now trail by 16 as Coach McCamus will call a 30-second timeout, with the Warriors trailing by 16 with 3:08 remaining in the contest.
Well, I mean, what do you say? You know, Ridgeview is, I mean, they played a good game. They came ready to play tonight. And like we mentioned, you know, before the game got started, you got to come ready to play every night. And, of course, the Warriors have had a string of road games, maybe ready to have a home game. But, you know, Ridgeview came ready to play tonight. The Warriors maybe not so much. And it seems like that once things started going bad for them, they just couldn't get out of that mindset, and it's been hard for them to turn things around.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what we said in the pregame. You know, Coach McCamus came out with 5 different starters, or at least, you know, a couple of different starters. A little upset with what he saw perhaps at practice yesterday. and whatever he saw at practice yesterday must have carried over into today. You know, the sloppy play, a lot of turnovers, and I haven't exactly seen a lot of desire and intensity from a lot of these Warriors. You know, just not very good play against Vanover and Hayes, the two leading scorers. They've been held pretty much in check tonight. I believe both of them in single digits. I don't know if Vanover has scored since the first period. Hayes just knocked down that three. You know, that I think that's his first field goal in quite a while. But still 3:08 left, but it's going to be a tall task if the Warriors going to come back in this one. O'Quinn inbounds at the Counts, who sprints down the right-hand side. He's going to be tripped up just a little bit. He makes the layup. There was a whistle and a foul called. I believe the foul is going to be called number 20. That's Jordan Bishop. But this is not the guy you want to send to the line. Again, Gabe Counts is 13 for 14 by our count so far from the free throw line. He's set to go back and shoot a 1-and-1. The front end of that hits nothing but net. That's what we've seen most of the night out of him. He'll get a second attempt as Ridgeview now leads by 17. He gets the ball from the ref, steps up to the line. His second attempt hits nothing but net as well. Stretches the lead to 18 with 3:02 left in the contest. Elijah Hayes dribbles it down, looks for someone to pass it to. He finds Vanover. Back to Hayes, over to Bishop in the corner. Bishop's pass to the inside to Ben Stout is too high. That's a turnover. Ball goes back to Ridgeview. Counts dribbles it slowly across half court. We're down to 2:45 left. Counts penetrates into the lane, skips it to Atkins. Atkins' pass is deflected. Bishop saves it, but it goes back to Atkins. Brown has it, throws it inside to Brody Counts. Brody Counts hits the shot from the block. Ridgeview leads by 20. Bishop with it on the right wing. His pass to Elijah Hayes is turned over. Counts kicks it up to O'Quinn. The lob to Brody Brody Counts is no good. Tyler Vanover pushes it ahead. We're down to 2:10 left. Vanover converts the layup to cut the lead to 18. O'Quinn with it in the backcourt. Warriors try to trap unsuccessfully. Brown now with it. He gets it across half court. He skips it over to O'Quinn at the volleyball line, being guarded by Bishop. O'Quinn dribbles it around, pulls it back out, now gets the ball to Gabe Counts. Gabe Counts being guarded by Tyler Vanover. He skips it over to Brown on the right-hand side. Brown dribbles in. They're going to call Elijah Hayes with a reach-around foul. That will send number 32, Gabe Brown, to the free throw line as Elijah Hayes with the foul. That'll be the Warriors' 9th team foul. That will send Brown to the line. Again, 1:43 left in the contest. The Warriors trail by 18. Coach McCain is going to send in Lance Colley, Trey Mullins, Dame Isle Lester, and Brody Allison onto the court to join Elijah Hayes. Gabe Brown set at the free throw line to shoot the front end of 1-and-1. His free throw is up. It is good. Make it 58-39, Ridgeview. Some Ridgeview players now beginning to celebrate on the court as they sense victory with 1:43 left in the contest. Brown's second free throw attempt is nothing but net, stretches the lead to 20. Elijah Hayes with it now, crosses half court. He skips it over to Brody Allison, who throws it over to Dame Isle Lester on the left wing. Back to Hayes at the top of the key. He skips the pass inside to Lance Colley, who wasn't quite ready for it. It deflects off his hands and out of bounds. Ball goes to Ridgeview. And some of the Ridgeview student section now beginning to get fired up as they sense the victory. Gabe Counts dribbles it up, skips it out to O'Quinn. Back over now to Brown. Brown gives it back to O'Quinn at the volleyball line as Ridgeview looks to milk the clock. O'Quinn penetrates in. He throws it back out to Brown, who gives it back over to Gabe Counts. Again, Ridgeview now just looking to dribble out the clock. Counts kicks it back out to O'Quinn. Back over to Brown at the volleyball line. Back over to Counts on the other side as the clock is now under 1 minute. Ball now in the corner to Phillips. He kicks it out to Counts, who throws it back up to Brown, skips it back over to O'Quinn, who dribbles it around. Clock now down to 45 seconds as Ridgeview now calls timeout with 45.3 seconds left, leading by 20.
Well, every team has an off night, but I feel like this may be a little bit excessive, for the Warriors. Like you said earlier, it just don't look like they have much desire or drive, especially here in this final quarter. And I know they're wore out, but it's been a long night here for the Warriors and the Warrior fans.
And as we said, this had the makings of a trap game. Big win over Lee. Last week, big win over John Battle. Union on deck. And then, you're looking on paper, you thought this was a win. And it looks like it's definitely not going to go that way for the Warriors. Warriors get the turnover, come back the other way, and we have a blocking call on the Wolfpack. I believe the foul is going to be called on number 2. That's Nick Phillips. That's going to send Elijah Hayes to the line with 38 seconds left in the game. Elijah Hayes steps up to the free throw line. His first free throw attempt, nothing but net, 59-40. Looks like a few new Wolfpack players are in. Jaden Chester, number 0, has checked in, and number 12, Lucas Dill. Elijah Hayes' second attempt is good, 59-41. Ball thrown up to Joey Yates. It's now kicked back to number 0, Chester. Over to 12, Lucas Dill. He passes it up to number 11, Derek Yates. Ball now in the hands of Chester. He's at the volleyball line. He skips it over to the corner to Phillips. Phillips gives it back up to Joey Yates, who dribbles it back out to the volleyball line. And it looks like Ridgeview and the Warriors are content to let the clock expire. We're down now to 10 seconds. And the ball in the hands of Chester at the volleyball line, being guarded, if you want to call it that, by Allison. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And there's the final horn. Your final score tonight from Ridgeview High School. The Ridgeview Wolfpack 59, the Central Warriors 41.
Well, both Ridgeview teams came ready to play today. We've seen earlier in the girls' game, they came ready. Central was able to edge them out there to take that win, and the boys came ready to play as well. And Central's boys didn't quite match their level, and they're going to walk out of here as the loser tonight.
As far as how the game played out, you got to give Ridgeview all the credit in the world. Like you said, Central play didn't quite show up completely ready to play, but Ridgeview stuck with their game plan, 2-3 zone the whole night. It really took Tyler Vanover and Elijah Hayes really out of their element, out of their game. I'm not so sure. I don't have the final stats. We may not get final stats before we go off the air tonight, but I'm fairly certain both of them were probably held under double digits for probably the first game all season, where at least one of those two was not able to get double figures. Again, Bryson Collins will lead tonight in scoring for the Warriors. But Ridgeview just stuck with the 2-3 zone. They kept the Warriors shooters off balance, kept them from getting on the scoreboard, and Ridgeview knocked down some threes. I thought the same thing against Lehigh. If you can play a good defense and keep some of the Warriors, offensive guys from getting hot, and if you've got some shooters, which Ridgeview obviously did, they knocked down several threes. Gabe Counts was on fire from the free throw line. If you can do that, you can be successful. And we saw that tonight by the Ridgeview Wolfpack.
Well, and two, they had some great performances. Gabe Counts, it wouldn't surprise me if he was nearing a triple-double. He put in a heck of a performance, and also Quinn, a pretty good shooter. Just a lot of good players there that Ridgeview's got. They put in some good performances tonight, so they're going to walk out here victorious.
Yeah, Quinn and Counts will both leave here with double digits of points, clearly. Tip of the hat to them. Great job by Ridgeview, great game plan. Bad night for the Warriors. I'm sure they'll go back to the drawing board tomorrow. Play have a pretty intense practice. This might be one of those games you either go back and dissect as much as possible if you're the coaching staff, or maybe you just got to take this game film and toss it in the trash. On the Central side, if nothing else, if you can take a positive, you maybe hope this is a wake-up call. And it kind of tells your team, you know what, now you're 2-2, now you're in a dogfight. First place is not out of reach, but now it's going to be a tall task to catch K-City. But if you want to get a good seed now, it's going to take a good run to stay in that top 2 or 3 in the conference. Like I said, maybe a wake-up call.
Well, there's no doubt that the Warriors are capable in winning this game tonight, but maybe they'll put forth a better effort here against the Union Bears this coming Friday. Once again, final score, the Ridgeview Wolfpack win 59-41. I'm Austin Deary with Chris Wilson. We'll see you next time.